SK. Without further ado, I bring you Mike's Corner. You already know. It's the KID, something new. Mike's Corner. DMV stand up. Yo. Mike's Corner, pull up a seat, grab a cigar, chop it up with the DMV. We going hard and bringing them something new, breaking down the daily news. Tune in and listen, talking sports to politicians and what's trending on the street. Ain't no limits, ain't no gimmicks, we just getting to the business. Raise your glass in attendance, yeah. On the corner, round the clock, bringing issues to the table. It's that uncut reality, gotta cover the facts. We living amongst tragedy and still giving back. Numbers don't lie, tell Mike pull up the stats and let's go. We can't forget the DJ, Mike L, Mr. Sean and Skull. On the corner, meet me on the corner, Mike's Corner. Politic and pull up a seat and listen. On the corner, meet me on the corner, Mike's Corner. Politic and pull up a seat and listen. On the corner, meet me on the corner, Mike's Corner. Politic and pull up a seat and listen. On the corner, meet me on the corner, Mike's Corner. Politic and pull up a seat and listen. Mike's Corner.
Hey, man, happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hey, for all y'all that's not on Facebook or social media, or y'all got friends that are on social media or Facebook, because if y'all wasn't here, y'all would be able to hear me saying that right now. So, so to all y'all people that got friends that are on social media, they can download GoGo Royalty app, because we are live right now on GoGo Royalty app as well. It's free to download the app. Android users, you know, you go to the what's the Android users? They go to the store.
The Google Store.
The Google Store. The Google Store, something like that. And then of course y'all know with the iPhones, you go to the App Store. Y'all can download the app. Once you go to the app, go to Bounce Beat, the Bounce Beat station.
We on Bounce Beat?
Yeah, we're on the Bounce Beat station live right now. So
cool. That's cool.
we gotta that's what we're on live right now. So hey, pass it on, share it, let everybody know this is where we at. People that's not on social media, you let them know, hey, go download the app, go download GoGo Royalty app. We on there as well. The app is free, yada yada yada.
Free,
but it's dead. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason I say yada yada yada, because you know it ain't no more. It ain't like free at what cost though. You know everything can't be free all the time. You know stuff can't be free all the time.
Right.
Yeah, it's free. The GoGo Royalty app. You go to the Bounce Beat station. We live on there right now. So people that's not on social media that you have your friends are, because I got a couple of friends that are on social media.
Right.
So they can go there. Go to there.
You got one friend that's not on social media.
You also can tell them if they don't want to do the GoGo Royalty app, which we prefer they do as well. We are on YouTube live right now. Mike's Corner, but I think we're in the Mike L's page on live on YouTube. So you go to DJ Mike L page, Mike's Corner, just type it in as well. Follow him and subscribe to his page and stuff like that. So we want to make sure that y'all get all the platforms that we can get out to y'all. And also we will be getting, once I stop being so lazy, I'll get the Apple Podcasts up and running as well too, so we can generate another way, form of to listen to us or see us. But on Apple Podcasts, you can just listen to us. You ain't better see us on Apple Podcasts, but right here we on Facebook Live, YouTube Live as well, man. Appreciate all the support that y'all came in last week. Great topics last week. It was good. It was real good.
Not to cut you off, how many viewers we had last week?
We only had like 130, I would say, like 130.
We got double that. We got double that.
Yeah, of course. You know, it started off like that for us before, where we, started off with low numbers, and each friend told a friend, each friend told a friend. It was like that.
It'll get better. Trust me.
Oh,
it has no choice but to get better.
Becky said you can't hear Bex? I'm trying. She said, can you hear it?
Becky got that Boost Mobile.
Let me see.
I don't know what Becky.
She got cricket. She got the cricket.
Oh, look, she said I can't hear. She said I can't hear.
Oh.
All right, I'll take it back.
She said I can't hear. So okay. Yeah. See, that's what it was. It was my bad. I wasn't reading the comments. This was coming. You asked the question, Mike. Can you hear us? And she was like, I can hear. So got it. My apologies. Everybody can hear.
Can we
So
get this together?
Yeah. Hey, listen, man, listen. I'm trying to get everything together because being on the Go Royalty joint, make sure I get them a plug, get them a shout out as well. That's all that was. So, hey, great show tonight. Make sure, hey, another thing, make sure y'all share this page, share the link, click over, share it, all that, everything. So, we got a full house tonight, man. I want to thank everybody again. We out here hanging on the corner. Got my main man, DJ Mike L.
Yes, sir.
Got my main man, Link.
Hey.
And my main man, Sean.
Wait a minute.
And I'm Mike Reed, man.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Part of the city.
Wait a minute.
Hey, and my man, hey, listen, I'm Mike Reed, man. Listen. Hey, this is a place we can come talk where our voice can be transparent. So thank you for coming out and hanging out with us on the corner. So before we get started, I'm gonna go ahead and let him say what he gotta say, cause go ahead. I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say.
You get to say your whole name. I can't say my whole name.
You want to say Anthony Sean Hilliard?
You know what?
I'm just saying, what you want? I'm trying to figure out what we talking about here. What you want? I mean, I'm trying to figure this out.
Everybody should be able to introduce themselves with their own name. Mike, go ahead. Mike L, come on.
I am DJ Mike L. Welcome to Mike's Corner.
No, we need you to do that one more time because you stumbled.
You mean about
Welcome. Welcome to Mike's Corner. I am DJ Mike L, a.k.a. the new mouth of the North. Alright?
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Represent yourself, brother. Come on. Who are you?
I'm Mike Reed.
That's some bull.
I'm Mike Reed. What you want me to hear you?
The good Mike
But you know what?
No.
But look.
No.
That's all you need. Because they already know who.
Everybody know Mike Reed.
I'm just Mike Reed.
Come on.
I'm Lincoln. That's it. That's all you need to know. That name, it fits. It's just there.
You know what?
It's not like Sean Anthony Hilliard.
You ain't got to say so you said my name wrong.
Go ahead, you asked for all this,
Your
bro.
photography and everything. Come on,
No,
man.
you didn't ask for the business side of the
Nah,
situation. That's the case. It
we-
said Mike
we
could
talk
say he's
about
a
that
DJ
later.
and
Right.
he can DJ parties and all that, this and that. Woo, woo, woo. Like, what we doing? You still didn't say your name, bro.
He smokes meat.
Strictly smoke. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Say it.
Y'all know who it is, Mr. Sean Diddy of the city. You know what I'm saying? Mike's Corner. We here tonight. We're going to bring it to you live. We're going to do what we're going to do. So tune in.
What's up? Go ahead.
Mr. Mike, will you take it away?
What's going on? Hey, what's up, Papa Joe? Shout out to Becky. Shout out to Nee. Shout out to everybody listening. First day of spring is tomorrow. So I know a lot of y'all lost. We lost.
You want to do it on the camera?
It's kind of ashy.
I thought he was trying to dap me up. Like,
Anyway, man, listen. First day of spring tomorrow. I know we had the spring forward last week, man. I know a lot of people lost hour of sleep. But me and Sean talked the other day. He was saying that Congress is trying to pass the bill, which Sean didn't know
Didn't know.
that they already had to do this before. They tried to pass the bill before. They write it out, see if they can pass it and do away with daylight savings, which would be all right because we get more daytime, more
Right.
daylight. So I wouldn't mind it at all, to be
I
honest.
like the longer days.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all.
What do you benefit from the longer days
like?
besides the light?
What you don't benefit from?
I need it because if I'm out there smoking, I need that light.
Is what I'm saying. So right. So that's what I'm like. It's I like the longer days.
yeah, I like the longest. In the wintertime, you come off of work, you get off of work, and it's dark outside.
It's yeah, I know. And then for me, going to work when it's dark and then getting home when it's dark, it's like
Yeah.
It's just so it's kind of a demoralizing day. Like man, then like even though you can't get in the conference once you get off, so that's a big situation. But I mean, if it passed, they're trying to make it. They're gonna try to do it. They do it. They sign the bill the year before, and then try to pass it the year after. Which if it does go into effect, it'll be 2023. If they do that.
So you mean you got to change the calendars? You got to change the apps?
Hold on a second. Please tell me you gotta change the calendar.
Hold on. First
No,
of all,
so you
are
know
you
this-
serious?
Seriously, it's noted in the calendar as daylight savings time.
Oh, you
so
just take the
They
little
just take
sign.
that off.
They just take it off.
So all I'm saying is you got to go through. So if you
do
want,
what? You know they ain't making 20. I mean, you gotta do what?
I think you're making it hard for yourself.
Yeah.
you know what? Let me finish what I'm
Okay.
about to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Let him
Okay.
finish.
What I'm saying is, now you're going to change this, whereas though we're not going to have the daylight savings time and all this other stuff. We're not going to switch hour to hour. So the next calendar year, you have to take that off the calendar. You can't put it on the calendar.
Tell you what, this the little.
You saying
this
leap
the
year?
little.
Just a little hour.
No, you gotta no. First
Take
of
the
all,
blurb.
first of all, the hours are not on the calendar. We're not gonna do that anymore. That's not what we're not gonna do. So what Sean is saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Sean is saying so how they have December 20th, they had the Christmas day under it, He said they got to take the daylight savings time off the calendar. Like this is
No,
what he talking about.
but look at how much work that is, though.
How
You
much?
got-
What?
How much work
It's a
is it?
printer.
All right, so hold on. Whoa, time out. So on your phone, on your Apple phone, in your Samsungs, it's automatically done every year. Am I correct?
Oh,
Ah!
oh, yeah.
Am I correct that it's done every
That's a
year?
keystroke to get rid of that, man.
Oh my!
Who's doing it? You gotta pay people to do that stuff. You gotta update software.
They update software every day, every year. What are you talking about, bro?
Hey, Ho, do me a favor. Put out a disclaimer. All views are not. I don't know what's going on with this man.
No, but seriously,
I know what's going on with
He
it.
making it hard for himself.
What I'm
You
saying
don't
is,
really understand.
for them to change this, it's not just the fact that we're gonna change the fact that we ain't gotta do the hour loss of an hour no more. You gotta change apps, all this and that. You gotta update calendars. You gotta update your
Why
watch.
you gotta
It's a
change apps?
software.
I don't-
It's a software update.
But
So,
you only got to do it once.
so do you think people are not gonna do this?
It's like
You
you
only
taking
have to
it.
do it once.
Right. I'm just saying next
Hey,
year.
I got a question for you.
What's up?
Do you update your software on your phone?
Whenever they send an update, I update.
So how do you update it?
Click.
What we talking about?
But what I'm saying is the people. No.
What we talking about, bro?
Look, so the people to set it up to where as though you have to click.
They already are employed. They're already working.
They work for Apple.
I know they.
So they get. So there's just one more day or an hour that they have to do the.
What I'm saying is you're giving them more responsibility.
It only has to happen once.
They getting paid for it.
It only has to.
Hold on,
happen
are they getting paid for it?
Yes.
Are they getting paid for it?
Yes.
That's overtime
No.
or whatever they're gonna do.
Hey,
No, but seriously, what I'm saying is you're changing this, but then it affects a whole lot of other people in the back and behind the scenes. Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
No, we're not. We're not understanding what you're saying.
Y'all
This
some
is-
assholes.
No, this
Y'all
is
some
just
assholes.
like last week when he said he could say he wanted to say. We never heard that before
What does it have to do with daylight savings time?
because you always put your foot in your mouth.
No, I don't. What I'm saying is,
This Facebook messing with
even though we have to do this,
You're bringing it on yourself.
leave it alone.
You know what, man?
Look, every time you say that, you pay me.
You bringing it on
Times like
yourself.
these.
Pay me every time you say that. Or pay
So-
her.
Anyway.
No, all I'm saying is,
It's
for
gonna
them-
be extra work, but it's
that's what I'm
not-
saying. For them to do something like this, people are going to
All
get.
they doing is changing it. All they
Next
doing
topic.
is update the software.
Next topic. Next topic.
It update the software like you update your software on your phone. You click the button.
I mean,
So all they're gonna do is remove that feature that's on your phone, or just remove it. That's all.
Ah, what about the calendar that was already printed for next year? They had that on it. Now nobody got to do. Got to throw that. away.
You already in a different time. You already lost your hour, right? Your hour gone, right? That's your hour gone.
What I'm saying is for
So
next
if
year.
it stays the same, then I mean I'm trying to figure out what.
So let me tell you something. For next year, when everything is different, I don't want to hear nothing from neither one of y'all to say, "Oh man, I need that hour back." Oh man,
Sean said name said LIG.
what's that?
let it go. Let it go.
Oh,
You know what?
Thank you, Name.
So moving forward, current events, y'all know Jussie Smollett is out of jail.
And we talked about that last week.
Well, we was talking about he went in, right?
Yeah, but that man only did what, 4 days?
If that money is.
If that much.
So what it was, the judge found that if he, by the time, because he's doing an appeal, so, and the people don't realize that sometimes your appeal takes so long, especially with the COVID right now, the appeal can take so long, so why would you, by the time we get the appeal date, he been finished serving this time.
Mhm.
So it would be to no avail.
Right. That's what I don't understand. Why don't you just go and take your time? I mean, you pretty much did
No,
what you did.
He started appealing it prior.
Nah, but what
No,
I'm
if you
saying.
appeal, no, you can't appeal the prior.
What-
You gotta
what-
appeal it
what-
after the
what-
case.
Yeah.
I was dead wrong.
After the case.
Yeah, you
so,
are.
soon as the conviction happened, then you can appeal.
But look, my thing is this: you is guilty. I mean, everybody already testified. I mean, why keep carrying on the lie? I mean, once you lie, you do got to carry the
He
lie.
has
with
that
you.
right to appeal.
Yeah, but for what?
He
You
don't wanna do that
already
150
guilty.
days.
But look
But
what
you gonna
happened.
still do
But look
it.
what happened,
Nah,
though.
if he wins the appeal, then he won't have to do it.
But look what happened. He
gonna do
appealed.
it. He
He
gonna do it.
appealed. And what's happened?
So the people testified against him, right?
Right.
Okay, so I don't care what you appeal, deal, whatever you do, you gonna get them days still.
He's not.
Nah, if he lose the appeal, he get the
He gonna lose.
Where's he at now?
He home now though.
When he
But
go
what
back to
happens if you
court,
go, Mike said if you go back to court.
when he go back to court, the judge gonna be the same. He just made it that he might get more time.
He just prolonging it.
Yeah. So why not go and do your time now
No, that's
and get it out the way?
Trust and believe. Behind them, hey.
Hey, if I
It
get
ain't
4
easy.
extra days
Mike, I
off,
told you I found the Lord in jail.
It ain't easy.
I understand, but
People
that
don't
boy
realize
is
it's
guilty.
not easy.
Look, that boy done set us back.
You
What
can
about
go
the
to
hate
jail.
crimes and all this stuff
Man,
that's
you
going
can go-
on out there?
and
He
you-
messed that up for
You
everybody.
can go to jail and get found guilty and do an appeal. And if like, you want to go home while you appeal, you won't say yes.
Yeah,
Even though
I'm
even though you
agreeing
know
with
you're guilty.
With Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
want-
You
you
won't
want-
want to go home.
you want
You
them
gonna
extra
wait for
days.
that- You gonna wait for that appeal in your bed.
Yeah.
Going to your refrigerator.
Yeah.
Well, at least we're gonna have longer days.
More like.
Yeah, ain't gonna have more life.
Also with the again, shout out to Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know,
Yeah.
some of y'all don't follow
Yeah.
sports, but y'all
Yeah,
know
what
that
up?
Deshaun Watson has waived his no trade clause. He's going to Cleveland. 5 years, $230 million,
high
fully
paid.
guaranteed. And this is the first time in NFL history that a contract of this magnitude has been fully guaranteed, dollar for dollar. This is what they've been fighting for. So they one of the big issues that they had in Cleveland was they got rid of Baker Mayfield. They said they wanted an adult to run. We need an adult at quarterback. But an adult at quarterback, now let me get this straight. An adult at quarterback, but you go sign Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I'm happy for the young brother, and I hope he get
Yeah.
that situation together. But you set the wrong precedence. You set the wrong example
Because of that
to
one
sign
word.
that because of the the adult part, yeah.
The one word. The adult.
But
So-
I'm glad he got it.
But it's just that type of contract. I would have never thought in a million years it would have went to Deshaun Watson.
Why not?
He's not that. I mean, he's an average quarterback. I would have thought Aaron Rodgers or somebody else like that
So
would have got
in saying that,
Blackballing him, he getting his money.
in saying that, I felt that way too though. People will argue me down that he's a great quarterback. I just think he's average at best. I just do.
I'm not gonna argue that. The fact that I think he 230. No.
Nah. See, I don't count.
No, I'm not gonna say he's worth 230, but if they're gonna give it to you,
you get what you
I'm
worth.
gonna take it.
But then that's gonna that's gonna set a precedence for other teams.
Yeah,
Like
hell,
Lamar,
hell
so,
yeah.
so right now Lamar's like, look, hey, he got 230. I'm better than him.
And I had an MVP, and I've been to.
So now teams got to come out their pockets even more, which is going
Well,
to.
they should because that's the highest paid
I
sport.
actually like Lamar though.
But the problem is, you at some point you gonna
I
mess up your cap.
think he's average too. He's the average quarterback as well.
Yeah, but I mean, I like how he quarterback.
Yeah, he's just. I think
He
Aaron,
very average.
I think Aaron Rodgers is the average quarterback. He went MVP, but
Yeah,
Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers
yeah,
is nothing
yeah.
else.
Now, I can
Very
agree.
good average quarterback. And who I give big respect to is Kirk Cousins because Kirk played the system right.
Yeah,
He did,
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's pretty much he did what he's supposed to do. He did his
Right,
job.
right.
And he did his job to the top of his ability. So what happens is he's getting paid for doing his job.
which is being average. Good job, Kirk Cousins. But
You're
again,
right. You're right.
but
You're right.
again though,
Is
congratulations
Tom
to
Brady
Deshaun
average?
Watson.
Is Tom Brady average to you?
No, that's the GOAT. Enough said.
So what you gonna do when?
Tom Brady is the GOAT.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do when Mahomes' contract comes up?
Yeah,
Again.
What you mean again?
Yeah.
We got a 10-year contract.
10.
Yeah.
So he done messed it up before. I mean, I'm not gonna say he messed it up for himself, but if
He
Watson
got
is
10 years. He
getting
got 10 years.
230,
He got 10 years, half a billion. He got 10 and a half. He got 10 and a half a billion. He's one of the only quarterbacks that
Oh,
probably
yeah.
can. He probably can get that money because he's still young. But with the with his contract, it's so sporadic. It's like, well, if you in a roster this year, your money guaranteed next year. So
Right,
it's
right.
kind of crazy with his, but he can. So what happens is probably about 5 or 6 years they can go back to the table and can renegotiate the contract. But right now he's looking at 10 years.
it's going to cause some havoc in the league.
Yeah, no, the Aaron Rodgers joint cause havoc, and Devontae Adams joint cause havoc.
Oh yeah. And I-
28 million, like that's crazy.
I know damn well Aaron Rodgers would have loved to have Devontae Adams here. He wish he would have probably signed after him. Because if he didn't know he was signing and he wasn't going to have Devontae Adams,
No, he knew.
I think it would have been a different situation.
No, he knew.
He knew?
Uh-huh. He knew Devontae was going to sign elsewhere before he signed his contract. He already knew that. But again, Aaron Rodgers just think he probably feels like he made Devontae Adams. So.
Do I think I don't think he's going to bring a championship to Green Bay. He's just going to do what he's been doing. He's a damn good quarterback.
Mhm.
But do I see him getting a championship? No.
That's going to be tough. That's tough to win a championship. But
Well, they don't care because all the coaches now is They are telling them to lose the game so they can make money anyway.
I mean, but what's really, if you're a quarterback in that position, what's your main focus? Do you have loyalty to the game, or are you out to get a championship?
You want to win. That's the ultimate goal.
We all can win week to week, but the ultimate is to get that chip.
Hey, Scope says, hey, if you Lamar might get more just because now it should be a cap in the NFL and NBA, just like Major League Baseball. You know, get that money. Papa Joe says, so how many average black quarterbacks are there in the NFL?
Average?
Average. I mean,
all but one.
I think all the black quarterbacks are average, except
Tom Brady.
No, he said black quarterbacks.
Oh, black.
Black. Me personally, I think all the black quarterbacks. I don't think nobody really stand out to me.
No.
I don't think nobody stands out to me as far as black quarterback.
I'm a Dak fan.
That's not an indictment.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, that's not an indictment on the black of the quarterback and being black.
I agree.
I like that. Yeah, as a quarterback, I do like it.
My favorite position is quarterback. I love the quarterback position. Do I think Dak deserved what he got? No, I don't.
So hold on. So when Dak first got there and led him to the playoffs 2 straight years, he was only getting paid $500,000.
He deserved more, but did he deserve what he got? No.
What?
What I'm saying is because
I'm confused.
he got two contracts, right? The first one was his rookie contract.
Mm-hmm. This is the second contract right here.
That's what I'm saying too. So the second one, I still want to give him. Dak has not proven to me, and that's just to me, that he deserves a Pat Mahomes type bag because he hasn't taken the Dallas
He didn't.
deep into the playoffs.
He didn't get a Pat Mahomes type bag. Pat Mahomes got over $40 million a year.
You know what?
LIG.
No, I ain't gonna let it go. But what I'm saying is, the money that he got.
So listen to this, Sean. Pat Mahomes got 10 years, $500 million.
Look that way.
It's 10 years, $500 million. It's an average of $50 million a year.
All right, well, let me not say Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, but but the way it's broken down is the average. That's the way. But the way it's broken down is a little bit less than $50 million, but it's an average of $50 million a year.
What I'm saying is, Dak should not have gotten what he's gotten the last contract. He deserves some money. He don't deserve what they gave him because they gave it to him.
I think he deserves it.
Why?
I mean, the dude is a pretty good average quarterback.
There you go.
Okay, so what about Deshaun Watson?
Average quarterback.
So did he deserve the 230?
What did he get? 230.
So why did they
What
give him
Dak got?
230?
I don't even remember what that got.
So why? Huh?
That got 160.
So why did they give Deshaun Watson 230?
That's what I'm asking you.
No, and not only that, not only did he get it, but it's fully guaranteed. So if he goes out and plays the first game and gets jacked,
So do you
he's still
think
getting that money.
if you're going by the eye test, has Deshaun Watson did enough to get 230?
He's not better than
No,
that.
I ain't asked you that. I said the eye test.
What's the eye test?
When we go in there and see the
What I'm saying is the eye test. What I'm saying is, what have you seen Deshaun Watson do throughout him being in the league? Have you seen him do $230 million worth to get?
Well, he ain't been playing.
So you're giving him 230. So just like Aaron Rodgers,
He worth it.
Aaron Rodgers is worth that. What they give Aaron Rodgers?
4 years, 250.
So the thing is does he deserve that?
No, I'm saying 4 years, 200. My bad. 4 years.
Aaron Rodgers deserves that because he puts
153 million guaranteed.
right. He puts up the numbers to deserve
Originally,
what
he
he's
didn't
got.
get it because he lied about the COVID test.
So you say Aaron Rodgers deserved what he got?
I say Aaron Rodgers deserved that.
What did Aaron Rodgers do?
But he hasn't brought a championship to the league. But as far as
He's
stat
got
wise,
Yeah, he's got one.
Stat
But
wise,
it's been like 10 years.
right.
Uh,
Stat wise, within those 10 years, he's showing and he's deserved that what he's gotten. Deshaun Watson hasn't. Dak Prescott hasn't. I'm a Cowboy fan. He has not shown me. If you can't get us deep into the playoffs, let me not speak as a fan. You're not getting this team deep into the playoffs. What are you doing?
I think Aaron Rodgers only got their team deep in the playoffs twice in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Look at
But
the
his
bag.
other accolades, MVP, has gotten him. That gives you that extra little bit of change.
Kaepernick might go to Seattle.
Josh Allen got more money than Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Kaepernick might go to Seattle. So what do you think his bag?
I'm not
gonna
talking
be?
about Kaepernick.
Nah, Kaepernick start. He's
No, I'm just saying. What do you think his bag gonna be?
Nothing.
It ain't gonna be no 230.
His bag ain't gonna be nothing because he ain't going to Seattle.
He can't go to. I don't understand how you sue the league and then go
How
back.
you sue the job? How you sue your employee?
You can't go back.
And call him
You
back and
can't
say,
go
"Can I get a job?"
You can't go back to that.
No, you can't.
Look at Antonio Brown. He's still trying to get in.
Yes, Papa Joe. Dak is average too.
No, I think he can get in. I think he can get back in.
So-
Because that coach did mess up. The coach messed up, and the players, even Brady was mad for a minute
All right.
about that.
So this is the thing, though. We all are human. We all go through stuff. We all got a day-to-day job. If we're upset with our job, we deal with it the way we deal with it. The way he dealt with his situation wasn't the best way to deal with it. So now you do what you did. Now you want to come back.
I think he's in a better situation than we
What's the
are.
better situation?
He got more money than me.
From who? But what's the better situation? You see what I'm saying? I mean,
Money, he can afford to do that.
but he can afford to do that. But on the field, we know he a flat-out monster.
Who?
Yeah.
Antonio Brown.
I think it's the way he got treated. It depends on you. You can't let nobody just treat you like anything. I don't care who paying me.
You can't, but it's the ways you do things. But then don't do that and then want to come back.
Well, it's the way he put the coach out there. Now everybody know what's going
I'm
on.
not even talking about the coach. I'm talking about yourself.
You got to talk about all of it. You just can't do a bits and pieces. You got to know what the problem was before you got
Yeah,
to do
I understand. I understand this behind the scene problem with the organization, but you got to represent yourself day one.
Right, I
So
understand
when
that.
you represent,
Well, what was the behind the scene problem in Pittsburgh?
right?
You can't be in a locker room going live on Facebook.
Yeah, I
You
can
can't
agree
do
with
that.
that.
You
I
can't
can
do
agree
that.
with that.
It's the way that
What
you.
was the problem? Hold on. What was the problem in Oakland?
No.
We had $30 million guaranteed, but you called the owner a white cracker, the GM a white cracker.
Because it's something that we don't know. It's something that we don't know. It's a reason why he did that.
No,
Oh, no,
we
no,
know the
no,
reason.
I didn't know.
Hey, he might
I-
have seen them emails.
Yeah, exactly. It's something he
No,
said. You,
it's bigger than that. It's him.
I just
But what I'm saying is a person.
help me.
What I'm saying, you gotta represent yourself regardless.
Right, I understand that.
You represent yourself for the shield.
It's always something triggering something.
Yeah.
I-
I'm
look,
not
look.
denying that.
Something had to happen to trigger that.
Yeah.
So what triggered the fact of him going live and talking about his baby mother and this and that and
She might have triggered it. The baby mother might have triggered it.
but who looks like the ass in the end?
He looked like when he went live.
Don't
But
nobody know her. What triggered him to come downstairs and put his private part in that lady's face while she was painting? Who triggered him?
I think she had something to do with that. I think she was messing with him all along.
But see,
I'm trying to tell you. Look, don't let these people fool y'all.
no, it don't matter what they're doing outside of the field.
So what if he was already messing with that woman? That was already doing. Maybe one day he thought, well, no, we do it anyway. You know, he just did.
But so you bring that dirty laundry out into the open, doing your job while you're at
Then
work.
she bring it out. I thought she brought it out.
Nah.
Huh?
But you got
I thought she brought it out.
Me personally, you gotta represent yourself regardless.
Hey, Mike, you going down the hole with Sean, man. Be careful.
No, seriously. So
Yeah, you're right.
So when you at your job, right,
Uh-huh.
you carry yourself to what, a certain standard, right?
Right.
You represent yourself a certain way. Mike, a certain way. Everybody represents themselves a certain way because you're representing yourself first,
I understand.
but then your organization you're working for.
Yeah.
So here it is.
Yeah.
You tell them, kiss my ass, but then you, on the back end, you click over, hey, I need another job. So what are they supposed to tell you?
Go get another job. That's what they're gonna tell you.
Sko said, why sports with the majority of black athletes have to have a salary cap, but the majority of white sports has no cap. So in that instance right there, Sko, the reason that the sport with the, if you don't know, football is the highest paid sport. So they have the most black athletes. If they have no cap, then what happens is other teams that's in the league won't be able to compete with the teams that's in the league. Meaning, you won't have your Jacksonville Jaguars can't compete with your Dallas Cowboys. That means Dallas can go and get everybody they want to. You got teams like that. You got teams like the Washington Commanders probably can go get anybody they want to. So in football and basketball, that's why you got to have that salary cap. You cannot, that's why they got revenue sharing, because when teams go to other states or other places to play, you know, they got to give a part of their revenue. Like when the Cowboys travel, they earn your team a lot of revenue because it's the Cowboys. Like, I mean, that's why baseball is first of all, they shouldn't have a salary cap in baseball because they play way more games than anybody.
Right,
It's 162
right.
162 games, not including the playoffs. Come on, that's That don't make sense to have. You can't cap me on that joint. You
Right.
can't cap that.
Right.
There's too many games.
Right.
Hockey is 82 games. Of course, you got to have a salary cap for that because again, you got players or you got teams that make way more money than another team. Like you can't have a team like the Pittsburgh Penguins doing what they want to do because they already got like 2 of the top best players in the league as it is, but they drafted them. But then you got the team like Seattle Kraken that was that just came into the league that don't really have no money yet. It can't work out that way. It's
Right.
not gonna work out that way.
Right.
So that's why they gotta have a cap. But football is making over $10 billion a year. Slim, you need a cap. You need a cap because then you put a cap. You can stop owners like Jerry Jones, Dan Snyder, Bob Kraft, people like that. To just go get all the people. That's
Right.
Gotta have structure.
You right. You
gotta-
right.
you gotta have
And
structure.
they ain't got that right now.
Nah, you not.
I need to get me an NFL team.
How? They ain't gonna let you in. You gonna talk to Jay-Z or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna go holler at Jay.
You stay in other city. I know you know him.
I'm gonna holler at him.
Skull gonna say, man, leave AB alone. He just him, and Kanye is Kanye, and Kyrie is Kyrie.
Hey, man, AB
let them be who they are.
Hey,
You
Skull,
gotta
AB
pay
is
them what
having
it
fun right now, Skull.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean
He is everywhere. Every time you look,
Link right. Link right.
AB is somewhere right now.
Yeah,
he is
but he
having a
enjoying
ball.
himself.
He is
My
having a
opinion,
ball.
my opinion, is a full-fledged ass.
Like Kanye. What about?
Hold on, so-
what about Kanye?
Kanye, in my opinion, full-fledged ass. Money.
Yeah.
It ain't about we paying them or not, Skull. It's not. I mean, again, we get into a situation where we not paying them with this person, this person. But at the same time, we're called upon to defend these people for the stupid stuff that they say or make.
So
Or
like-
they
Hey.
make.
So I
Like what's up with you? What's up with like we looking at a racial situation where people of the other race be like, this is why. This is why.
Let me ask y'all a question
Turn
real
ourselves
quick.
down.
Real quick. Think about Kanye, right?
We
Does
gonna
he
go- we gonna
have
go into that?
Does he have mental health issues, or is Kanye autistic and we don't know?
Kanye,
He's
first of all,
that-
further Kanye.
He's
is genius.
bipolar. You know he's bipolar, right?
But
He's
it's
definitely
more
genius.
to it than that. Like he
I know too, Mike. I'm with you on
he's
that.
definitely a genius.
Yeah.
But most geniuses and most really, really smart people are autistic. And
Or
that's causing him to
bipolar. Or bipolar.
have issues.
That could be
Like
it.
this dude, he has taken everything that he's touched and turned it into gold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Old
That's
VHS tapes when them running
Hold
around
on.
with a camcorder is now worth millions of dollars
Yeah.
right now
Right.
to Netflix.
That's facts.
It's crazy.
Right,
That's
Let
crazy.
me just go on the back end of that. So you saying everything he's touched turned to gold. What are you talking about when has he touched turned to gold?
He is well respected in the fashion industry. Do
Right.
you know how hard it is to get in the
no,
fashion industry?
I agree with
And with
that.
the stuff that he's selling slave clothes.
Right.
Pretty much.
Right.
Because
Pretty
everything,
That-
all
that-
Kanye stuff look like slave clothes to me.
That
Those
within
shoes-
itself is genius.
Yeah, that's so you selling slave clothes. I think it's inconsiderate, but he making billions of dollars
The
off it.
man
Go ahead.
selling Jesus sandals, man.
But we
Come
talking
on.
about
And
we
you-
talking about his business part. We ain't talking about him as a family person or as Kanye.
So you on Kim K side, whatever her name
I
is.
don't know nobody said. So the thing is with Kanye, me personally, I think he has not, and I mean, this is my opinion, I don't think he's grieved the way he's supposed to once his mom passed. Once his mother passed, that was it.
Mhm.
But as
Yeah, everything came out.
as a person, you got to deal with that. Outside of the limelights and the fashion and all that, I'm gonna be great doing that.
Mhm.
But when I go home, what I gotta deal with? I gotta deal with
The man is great
loss
with
of
his
my mother.
kids. I can tell you that.
I gotta deal with the divorce of my wife. I gotta deal with separation from my kids.
That's the partner with his kids.
That's the part everybody's not focusing on. All they see is the fashion, sales, CD. He's 100 in that, but he may suck at being a husband. He may suck at in life right now. So that's where the depression is coming in from Kanye because he's imbalanced right now. He don't know which way he's going. He know what he wants.
Balance or unbalanced.
You know what I'm trying to say. So,
I just want to make sure I put out people
Don't
understand.
say you criticizing
But
Kanye.
the problem, Sean, is he's been like that even before the family.
Right.
I'm not
Right.
mm,
Yeah.
He's been like that before he had a family.
He have.
When-
Look what he did to Taylor Swift.
Right. That's
I
what it.
mean, yeah.
That was the start.
Look, after his mom, he never been the same.
Hold up. Has his mother passed before when he did ever come with Taylor, or was she alive?
She was alive.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, that was Kanye. But all I can say is the fact that the guy is a genius
I
as
just
far
think
as
he's-
The
I
man
think-
was in a wreck.
I just think he's ignorant and bringing this stuff to Twitter and Instagram publicly like that because this is what I mean about a lot of these things with people. You cannot deal. Real people people like them can't deal with real people like us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's made for people like us not to be up on that level with them.
Yeah.
Like
Because
this.
for me, if I seen him, I would crush him. I would drag his ass. See, Pete Davidson crazy. Pete Davidson, honestly, I respect Pete Davidson for taking the high road.
Look.
But all that you doing on joint right there, I see you.
But see,
I ain't respond. I ain't respond. Hey,
Right,
all
yeah.
that Twitter stuff.
If he
all the
would've-
tweet
no.
back is I see you.
Not just that. If he would have made a video, you probably would have got him that same night.
Who?
The video he made with Burn No
Oh, no,
Bull, he was
that-
burying
Yeah,
him.
I
as
would catch it.
soon as he hit cut,
I'ma catch it.
That'd been it.
I'm gonna catch it because somebody gonna tell me, yeah, I'm gonna catch it. I get it.
So the thing with him and DL, you know, it escalated, and DL said he wasn't really worried about what Kanye was saying. It's just the fact that he put his address out there. Once
He
you
put everybody's address out there. He do that when he
Oh,
beat
but
with people.
Steve gave him what he wanted though. Shout out to
Yeah.
Steve Harvey.
Oh, he
Yeah,
told him
yeah,
that ain't what you
yeah.
want.
Yeah, Steve Harvey told me that ain't what you want.
I don't think. I'm gonna shut up.
I wish Steve wouldn't have got
Okay,
his
I'm not. No,
That
I
was
like
Steve
him
B.
saying. I
That
don't
was
like him
Steve
personally
B.
either, but for what he said about DL, I'm cool.
Yeah, I like what he said.
But going back to,
some beef you need to stay out of.
Yeah.
It ain't your beef.
but when Kanye started talking about he got people that can get his number, of course. Hey, so you get your guys, I'm gonna get my guys.
Well,
But
I can
in
see that.
in response to
I can
that,
see
to the not being a good husband and all that, Skull posted something in the group, Mike's Corner group,
Mhm.
which was real interesting. Skull said, when you get married, men and women should always wear their wedding ring. In my opinion, it really don't matter whether you wear your red ring or not. Skull. So when you said that, I'm like, what were you saying? What did you mean by that, Skull? Like they should always wear it. What does that? What does wearing a wedding ring? What does it do?
Do it keep you bonded? I mean, I'm an electrician. I gotta take mine off. I mean, I like I'm gonna get popped.
you fall off that goddamn ladder. If you fall off that ladder, boy, start shaking.
My finger gone. But Skull told me I need to wear my ring.
But see,
You know what I'm saying?
I've heard that with certain professions, certain men get certain type of rings because of the type of work that they do. Sometimes they wear it or they don't because of the type of work that they do. And so the field,
Jesse say, not a damn thing. Go ahead, Sean.
no, I'm just saying. So in the field that you're in,
I don't know what certain kind of ring you gonna buy
Skull-
for electrical work. 'Cause you can't wear no jewelry, no tie.
Skull said
You
it,
don't have one.
it represents your other half in their absence. Tosh, they're gonna answer, Mike. It represents your other. No, you know what represents your other half in their absence, Skull?
you.
You.
You are absolutely right.
You represent your better half in their absence,
You're
Skull.
absolutely right.
A wedding ring don't do it. Let's go back.
If you lose your ring the day of the month,
Nah, stop for a minute. Hold up. Let's go back. Let's go. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I know I'm not right about a lot of stuff. But correct me if I'm wrong, Skull. Wasn't you the same dude that was wearing your grandfather's wedding ring down the Met? Feel free to answer anytime. Feel free.
Oh, down the
Oh, wait a
back.
minute.
Feel free, like.
Was he married?
No.
No.
He wasn't.
So I'm trying to understand the situation that he was trying to. When I seen it, I was like, this is not really what you want. You know what I'm saying? This is not what you really want to do, Skull. Like,
he had a PD moment.
you know, I'm like, bruh, you the same dude when your grandfather wedding ring down the mat.
Hold on,
Why was he doing that?
Skull, why was you doing that, Skull?
I guess he thought it was going to attract more females. Or
But
something.
it does.
He does.
Wedding ring attract more females, Skull. That's what it does. So the best representation of your other half
is you.
is you, bruh.
Because at the end of the day,
So he was going through that phase of
He
as
gonna
long
say-
as I
he
got
gonna
on a
say-
wedding band, I can get the women.
no,
It said, no, Skull said, well, Papa Joe said it's just a ring. Skull said it also tells people you're off limits. They're going to say, yes, I was with the ring.
Why you can't tell them that you off limits? You can tell them that if it's
so we
something
know
with you-
Skull ain't gonna tell him nothing.
Tosh going to say,
Right.
wow, wait a minute, what? Right. The Skull, a ring don't make you, because you wore the ring. It didn't tell people. It didn't tell represent your other half because you didn't even have another half.
I didn't know. I didn't.
I missed that.
I didn't know.
Hey, I was
about
at
to do nothing like that.
I was at the Met with Cherry
I ain't
Wednesday.
never
I
heard
ain't
nobody
paying attention to
say
the
a
ring.
ring.
I ain't paying attention to
Man,
the
there's a
ring.
lot of guys out there, man, lie and say they married just to get up on women.
But
man.
that's what I'm saying. Like
He must have watched that Martin episode where he had his ring.
he lost the ring. Lost the ring. Why? I wanted to see if I still had it. Skull, the
Oh
ring
my
don't.
God.
The ring don't represent. You represent the better half.
Right.
Your other half better than anybody.
I agree
so
100% with
it ain't
Mike
got
on
nothing.
that.
It ain't got nothing to do with the ring.
Right.
It has nothing to do with it, sir. So, but I mean, you alone proved my point because you was wearing a ring and a mat.
I don't
You
even
know what I'm
wanna go-
saying?
I don't want to go too deep into that, man. This is like.
And another thing he said, Skull said
This is
also.
very true.
Another thing Skull also said was, when you have a baby by someone, you should get a DNA test.
I
It
agree
should be
with
law.
that. I agree with that.
Would you have a DNA test with your wife?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, if you had to do it, if it was a mandatory thing, and
Mm-mm.
just
No.
like,
Uh-oh.
No, hey,
Uh-oh.
no.
Some wives,
no.
some
Go
wives.
ahead. Go ahead.
I'm ready.
Hold on. No.
I'm gonna let y'all have this.
Did you just say if it's a mandatory reason?
so what Stowe was saying is that
We're not talking about school right now.
no, but the question,
No, this, what he said was
the question
Skull
was,
said that if you have a baby,
Skull's talking from a different point of view.
no, he's talking regardless. Skull said regardless. He said regardless, you should have a DNA test.
Married,
Regardless, you should have a DNA test.
so Link, let me put my hand on. So you try to tell me, if you was get your wife pregnant.
Hold up, but Skull, let me say this before, because y'all might bust a gut real quick on this. But Skull will say, this is very true, but this is all I had left of my grandpa's. It was
oh, the ring.
I'm not laughing.
All right, hey, look, we gonna let
I'm
you
not-
slide.
He gonna say, and it worked in my favor for some reason.
All right.
So he just shows the way down the minute.
What we talking about? Come on, Skull.
Look, every Wednesday
What we
night,
talking about,
every
Skull?
Wednesday night he like,
Nah,
this.
let him ride. Let him have it. Let him have it.
What we talking
Look,
about,
you
bro?
gonna get dressed, bop,
He
feet,
shining up and everything.
shine them
But
over.
yeah, but Skull says, he says also
So
that
read the question again. So
what he
Diddy
said
understand
is
here.
every
No, I
if
heard
having
it.
a baby, everybody it should be law that you get a DNA test.
No.
So if it's low, I wouldn't have a problem taking a DNA test.
Right.
Oh, and shout out to Maury Povich. The show has been canceled after 30 years.
30 years.
Mars. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so but yeah,
You
so,
are not the father.
So yeah, so but he said it should be law. Even I guess even with your wife.
No. I don't.
Okay.
I don't agree
So
with that.
so you saying it ain't wives out here that'll go dip?
See, now y'all throwing these boomerangs.
I ain't throwing these
I
boomerangs.
mean, you
I'm
asked the
just saying what Skull
question. You
said.
asked the question.
I'm just saying what
All right.
Skull said.
Look, just like
Wait a
every
minute. Time out. Mike. L. If you get Lonnie pregnant right now today, you go home and you cake baking and baby making. She says she's pregnant. Are you going to ask for a DNA test?
you're not asking.
Ah,
No.
but it's by law. But it's by law. Didn't you say it's by law?
I'm not gonna ask, but if
So
I
when
gotta
the baby
take
is
it, I
born,
gotta take it.
hold up, watch
Okay,
this,
okay,
Mike.
okay.
Just like everything else they do when they test the babies, when the babies first come out, all the little tests and everything that they run the DNA test from
So
both parents.
is it optional? Let me ask that. Is it optional or do you have to do that?
It's mandatory. It's a state
Wait a
law.
minute. If you married, it should be optional. Now, if you're not married, it shouldn't be optional. If you're not
No,
married,
hold on.
go get a DNA test.
Hold on.
If you're married, it shouldn't be an option because you're married.
What difference does it make?
If it's mandatory, it's mandatory. It ain't no option.
No.
Skull said it should be law.
No.
If
Why?
it's law, it's no option.
If you're married,
Okay,
It's
so
still no
so what's the
option.
difference from when
So
you're
Mike
married?
right. Mike
What's the
right.
difference when you're married and you go take a you go for life insurance and they test you both for HIV?
okay,
Bing bong.
that's a part of the process.
Okay, so what we're saying is Stowe's saying is that DNA testing should be part of the
Skull
process.
is talking from a different point of view.
Okay, so hold up, y'all.
He said law.
Becky said, your wedding ring symbolizes the union commitment you made with your spouse. It lets everyone know that you're off the market. However, it's still up to the individuals to uphold their vows. What's up, Lonnie? And she said, Sean, don't put her in this.
Exactly. Tell them again, Lon.
Skull said, yes, it should be mandatory for all, and then it would relieve the pressure of the doubt for some.
What pressure?
I've been a victim of not knowing and trusting the female I was with, and
He's
found out later I
talking from
should've-
Skull's point of
and
view.
I found out later I should have went with my gut.
Come on, man.
Married people do cheat, Sean. So it's
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm
it's a law
saying.
that
That's what
should
I'm saying.
include-
If it's a law,
It should include everyone. That's,
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
it-
married people don't
look.
cheat. If
but Mike said being married regardless, it's just do it. It's the law.
It's the law. I mean, you still got to
if
do
you feel as though that y'all married and you
feel as though y'all married. How the hell you feel as though y'all
I'm
married?
getting there, Mike. Wait a minute. I'm going.
You mean they're married? You're married.
You're married and you good in your relationship. You good in your
I'm trying
I'm trying to get this together.
Can't get right. That's what I'm gonna start calling.
Once you get married, yeah, okay, yeah, man, come on. Damn it.
So you said you trying to break the law in half?
No, yeah, I mean seriously, all jokes aside,
The law got to apply to everyone though, Sean.
it can still be the law with the option.
So-
if you are married,
Okay, cool.
y'all should have the option to take a DNA test or not. Now, if you feel as though somebody been stepping out doing this and that, I think I want to get this test done.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. So you do it's mandatory you get the test, DNA. You get the test. You have the baby. You get the test and then you find out you're not the father.
What you gonna do then, Mara?
Can we go to commercial?
Hey, look.
No, but I mean,
it would be a simple process. You wouldn't even know. You had the baby. The hospital test the baby. Both of y'all going about y'all business.
What you mean you want to know? You're
Yes,
gonna want to know.
If they come back to you and say, excuse me, sir, you're not the father, then okay, yeah. But if it's everything is all good, it's just a normal procedure as
See, that's the
having a
problem.
baby.
Y'all always going into the situation thinking everything will be all good. You'll be sitting there right there in the little lounge with the little coffee, getting your little 50-cent coffee, and they come and say, Mr. Link, can I talk to you? No, can I talk to you for a minute? Look, you and your wife, sit right here. Can I talk to you for a minute? So can I talk to you to tell you this ain't your damn baby? So what you gonna say when you come back?
You deal with that issue, but what you gonna do when you got to deal with it
how
5 years from now?
How you deal with it? How do you deal with it?
I don't know.
Do you? Oh,
You can deal with it in a few
you
months.
find out.
I'm gonna call Sko and be like, Sko, thank you, appreciate it.
No, you find out it's not your baby. Are you gonna stay with her or not?
That's a discussion for y'all to deal
Trevor
with.
said wedding ring ain't gonna stop nothing anyway for two adults who physically attracted to each other. That's facts.
Yeah.
But with the DNA, I'm quite sure that it's been a few people that's been a victim of the DNA situation.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
I was a victim. I take care of my son for off and over 10 years to find out, let me get this stuff straight. And then 10 years later, you are not the father. What?
You can't even get no money back from that.
You know you can if you can catch up with the girl. But if she ain't have it then, she ain't have it then.
But not only that, at that point, it ain't even a money situation. Like,
No, I'm just saying you can't.
Yeah, 10 years.
There's a lot you can't get back from that situation.
All right. So we're gonna ask the whole panel. We're gonna ask all the group. We're gonna ask all the guys. If you are in that situation,
What situation is that, sir?
and law says we gotta take the test, how you feel about taking the test?
What, the DNA test? DNA test?
Yeah.
For the child?
Me, I'm gonna take it if it's law.
I don't got no problem with it.
I want no problem is you outnumbered this one.
So I got it. It took me a minute, but I got it. So what it is if the baby is not Sean's living beyond that. He living at the infidelity from his wife. He gonna be crushed by that situation. That's what it is. He don't want that. He don't want that situation on his heart.
Right.
Because he put so much time and love into that woman, and could have thought that she would never do that to him and cheat on him. So I gotta say, so Sean look at it from an emotional distress
You are right.
standpoint.
Wait a minute.
Emotional
Wait, you say
being
emotional
keyword.
distress like I'm having problems.
No, I said you will.
You will.
You will.
If they come grab you out there.
No,
wait.
but look, he's so sensitive about this topic, like he's trying to cry out to
That's
us.
right. That's right.
Skull gonna say mothers know paternity, but do fathers. Baby gets sick and needs the blood, and then boom, you're not a match. How you gonna deal?
Oh man.
No,
How you gonna deal with that, Sean?
That's between that's
It's a
between.
blindside smack, and you're stuck, embarrassing and feeling helpless.
You gotta know.
All kinds of things are going in your head.
You gotta know who you're dealing with.
If you confident the baby is yours, the
You
test
never know
shouldn't
who you're
scare
dealing
you.
with.
You gotta know.
If
who
you
you're dealing
confident the baby is yours, you shouldn't be scared.
Sam, you
with.
said
Well, for those who might have been in that situation, whereas though you go through this and you find out that child is not yours, I'm sorry, I feel for you.
So I think what it is, so Skull trying to say in the long run, like you said though, if you're married and you have a baby, and then like Skull said, 10 years down the line, the baby need a bone marrow, and then you find out that you're not a match.
10 years down the line is totally different from like.
What would you do?
10 years down the line, I'm gonna still take care of the child because I got 10 years in.
They need a bone marrow transfer to change their life.
I can't do shit about that because, sorry, I can't do nothing because I'm not a match.
All right, let's get the child out.
So
What you gonna do with the woman?
I mean, 10 years, I'm a
It don't matter.
You do
one day.
I'm gonna still stay there. 10 years? I mean, we might have a little this and that. Yeah. But come on, 10 years? I'm seriously speaking, 10 years
Yeah,
in.
is that your style of answer?
You staying?
I'm staying.
You staying?
I don't know. We gotta figure that out.
10 years in?
I gotta figure it out.
You staying?
I'm sorry.
You sorry what? Don't leave me on this island by myself, Mike. What you saying, Mike?
I'm gone.
Mike, you gonna leave me out here on the island?
I'm out of there.
You gone?
I'm out of there.
You gone?
What you gonna do?
You gone?
You gonna leave me on the paddle?
I'm out of there.
No.
Hey, can I get the passenger seat?
We ride together. We ride or die.
Bad boy for life.
I gotta look at the whole situation.
Bad boy for life.
I gotta look at the whole situation first.
Bad boy for life.
Look at it like this. My whole relationship been a lie.
Yeah, it
That
is.
10 years.
Yeah, so I mean, and when you're really put in that situation, you have to think about the full scope of everything. I mean, I would love to stay there, you know what I'm saying? But then looking at the full scope of it, it would have to be. It's a long thought process. No bull. It's a long thought process because now you gotta deal with the fact that okay, yeah, you lied to me for 10 years. Even if she knew or not.
No, your baby about to. Your baby,
But what if she
your
didn't
baby-
know?
Your
What have you lied
your
about?
child about to die, and you cannot do.
You can't help him.
You can't help him
So
or her.
yeah.
Becky said for the most part, Scott, that is true about people cheat, but they're out, no, not cheat, but they're, about the mother knowing. She said for the most part, Scott, that is true, but there are women out here that don't know. Papa Joe said, let me clear the ring thing up. A ring is just a symbol in the marriage. It's still up to the two of you to respect, honor, love, and obey your spouse. Skull said, man, I'm out. Deuces. Trust is gone after that kind of life.
Let me out,
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. We all feel as though our kids, that we would go. Then listen, I'm jumping in front of the bullet for my kid.
All right.
For my children, for my son, for Trevor, my kid, little Mike, Paris, Joshua, my kids, I'm trying to tell you, it ain't even in the talk. Take me first. Willing to die for my child, but then you couldn't find out that you was lied to,
It's hard.
and then your child on the table might could die, and you can't help them,
10 years of a lie.
bruh.
When you tell that lie, you got to tell the lie forever. You can't tell the truth.
That's that bold.
And the thing about when I found out that after 10 years the child was mine, she still tried to blame it on me like it was my fault. Like, wait a minute, wait, what? But that leads us into our topic of the night. The topic of the night was from my son. Shout out to my son Trevor. Mixed kids. Is there an identity issue? Man, I know this topic right here is going to lead to different avenues at the top of the conversation, though. But I had to ask him, so I called my son. Well, talked to Marco Polo today. We do that a lot. So I asked. I said, well, before we get into this conversation, I need to know, like, did anything go wrong for you to want to have this topic? So he was like, yeah. So before we get into it, let me preface this by saying that the views and thoughts of each person is their own individual thought. We don't make things about, it's not right now the conversation is not about race or anything like that. It's just a serious topic that we will touch on, and we are not trying to do this topic to offend anybody. Hopefully and prayerfully we don't offend anybody, but all we're going to do is talk about this topic at hand and say what's on our heart. But trust and believe, every individual have their own thought process. What I say and how I feel is the only me. It ain't Link, it ain't Sean, it ain't Mike. Everybody has their own thoughts when it comes to certain situations because everybody deal with certain things in different stages of their life. They may have or may haven't. So may have or may not. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there, man. And we definitely don't want to offend nobody, but all we want to do is do our best to tell the truth. On here, this is a transparency place where our voices can be heard without no judgment. So let me say that first. So, mixed kids. Is there identity crisis or issue? So I asked my son about it, and he said, He took my grandson. My grandson, shout out to my grandson, Jabba Hassan Reed. So, Jabba was named after Jabba Chamberlain, painted picture for the Yankees, who's white. Hassan is named after me, which is his dad, which is black and also a Muslim name. Okay, so he's mixed. So growing up, right now my son is light skinned. He's on the lighter side of white, but he has the white person's hair. So my son said that he didn't know. He was trying out to my son had to have a conversation with to say, you know, you are black. You're black. Job, of course, y'all know my son is black. His fiance is white. So the fiance was telling, you know, Job, their son, that it's okay to be black. It's okay to be black. So my son was just shocked that he had this conversation with my grandson at 8 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy for him. But as today, Sean, we had a conversation earlier that we have to have these conversations at an earlier time in life, because that's what the generation we live in. Because it's so much stuff is accessible to our kids today. Yeah. Sex is so accessible. Bullying is so accessible to, because it's way more out now.
Social media.
Social media has provided a fast track to life in the worst ways possible. So I told my son, I said, man, you know, we just had this conversation earlier that you got to have these conversations with your kids at an earlier stage. And the thing about it is, even though they might not understand it, but you're going to have to keep having this conversation over and over, son. You will. Even though you had it recently with him again, he probably don't understand it. You got to keep, see, the thing about it is we got to have these conversations with these kids until they understand and get it. They have to get it.
Can I add something with
Yeah,
that?
of course.
Now with that, once they get older, you gotta go back and revisit that same talk that you had.
Yeah, that's what I was telling
You know
them,
what I'm
because that's what I
saying?
said, you got to do it until they understand it and get it.
Right.
So he was like, my son, he's a lovable kid, like wants to be liked by everybody. And I told my son, like, bruh, that's good. You told him that, he wants to like it. I said, but you got to tell him that everybody not gonna like you, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not gonna like you for your skin color. They might not like you just for who you are. They might just don't like you. You gotta understand that too, and be cool with it.
Right.
And just be cool with it. So, mixed kids, is there an identity crisis or issue? What do y'all think?
So one thing, after y'all, when we was going through the polo and I was listening, and y'all pretty much hit it on the head on certain conversations. The fact that even though you're mixed,
Let me get some of that, Mike. But I'm listening, Sean.
even though you're mixed,
Please.
the lighter or darker of your skin tone pretty much critiques your lifestyle. So if you're more darker versus,
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't let you say that. I can't say it can't critique.
you know what I'm trying to say.
It's cater.
For-
You want to say it caters?
I kind of agree with Sean.
I know what he was trying to say, but you
So-
can't say critique.
so-
It don't critique, just critique.
Yeah. So the thing about it is like the darker your skin tone, and you're going to be more favored towards a black community, the black race.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be able to say or do certain things that we all can do. Versus the lighter you are, then if the lighter you are, then it's going to be kind of skeptical. But then if the grain of your hair plays a big part, and people probably don't even pay attention. You can have a black parent and a white parent and still have black coarse hair.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can flip it and have white coarse hair. So that
Mhm.
pretty much, the perception is what everybody sees
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning. It's not the fact that I see you walking down the street, we go to school, first day of school, I see you light-skinned dude, wavy hair, this and that.
Or even braids.
All right. Okay, I just see the person.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
And if he's on the lighter side,
Right.
you're gonna think he's a
He
wigger.
just may be light-skinned. He might just be light-skinned.
Or you might think he's a wigger.
It depends. Now, wiggers are pretty much
We
Caucasian,
know, yeah,
Caucasian, fairly type hair
right. That wants to be
that want to be of a black culture.
right.
So, looking at your grandson, me personally, perception, a light-skinned black child. I'm
Right.
not gonna favor him to say he's white. I'm not even gonna say he has a white parent because his mother can be light-skinned. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the pigmentation will pretty much.
But now, if you know the mother's white, it ain't like the
Yeah.
mother could.
No, I'm just saying. So the average person that don't know,
Mm-hmm.
you see what I'm saying? So their perception is not gonna always be, oh, that's a little white kid, or he mixed.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? Until he gets to know that person. But going to say that the lighter the person's complexion and the darker will critique, well, it will play a part in their
Wow, there you go, boy. There you go, man.
play a part in their upbringing. You know
True.
what I'm saying? So the lighter you are, you're gonna be looked at like, yeah, you may be white, blah blah, and they know your mother white or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, this and that. It's gonna always be that bullying of where we know you mixed. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're favored to be Caucasian, it's gonna be heavier bullying versus you being your pigmentation is a little darker and you have more black features.
Scope says, should it even be a race thing or is it a culture thing? I see nothing wrong with mixed kids having a choice of who or what they want to be race wise, but society will label them as they see it. So is it it's in a no-win situation for some. Well, I beg to differ, Scope, because if you got a mixed kid, your kid's black. It's just, he's black. He or she is black.
They say 1%
Hey.
black, you are 100% black.
All right, so let me ask you
Hold on,
this
hold on.
question.
So wait a minute, so
Say it
real
again.
quick.
Say it
No,
again.
you got 1%. If you got 1% black, and you're black. So in that the culture thing, I would say it depends on where you're raised. Is that what you're trying to say, Sco? Like if you're raised,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to use the term, but I'm just gonna say I'm real big on the Bel Air joint. But if you're raised in Bel Air,
Mm-hmm.
in a multi, but you mixed, you're gonna be that. You're gonna have that. You're gonna be black, but you're gonna have that kind of culture, opposed to the fact if you raised down here on the South Side.
But think about this though, when you say mixed, we really shouldn't say mixed because mixed can mean other things. You can have a Spanish father and a black mother.
Well,
Mixed.
Bill, if you was like listening to me when I said
I
it,
was listening, man, but what
I
I
said black and white. I did.
I'm just,
I did.
okay, so
I did. I'm just in case you might have missed it. I don't know if you might have missed it, but I said black and white.
I need you to do me a favor. Tell him what I just said. I'm saying you can be Spanish and black.
But when I brought up the
Consider
topic,
mixed.
when I brought up the topic, I was specifically saying my grandson.
I'm talking to him, Mike. I'm talking to Link. I'm talking to Mike.
He trying to get me on his island. with-
Right.
But no, go ahead.
But go ahead, Link.
I see what you're saying.
So, okay, so I had an issue with Colin Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick.
Mhm.
Yeah. I had an issue with him. Now, he has a white mother, black father, but he didn't grow up in the same areas that we did.
Okay.
Now, he is a black man, but
Yes.
at the same time, you can't sit there and tell me about how you grew up with racism and dealing with the police, living out in wherever, I forgot where he grew up.
Mhm.
But, he grew up privileged.
Okay.
You didn't grow up in the inner city. You didn't grow up, not having. So
Right.
don't sit there and try to talk about how it is to be a black man when you were a mixed child and a
But he had to
In
go.
a rough neighborhood.
But he had to go to them places and.
when did he ever go to the place? He went to a white high school.
Nah, he was always on the.
He was always
He was always
in,
on the
in,
west side.
comparison, he grew up in Gaithersburg. He grew up in Montgomery County. He didn't grow up down in the South Side. He didn't grow up
He
in
didn't go to
PG
County.
County.
So his show was a lie then. So he didn't come to the hood to get his hair done and all this and
Coming to
taste,
the hood to
and
get your-
taste the food and had to hang out with black people.
No, he didn't have to do that. He chose to do that.
Oh, okay. I'm
And
just trying to
then,
see
and then coming to
going.
visit and living in it is two different things.
He hung out in it. Unless his show was a lie.
I didn't see a show. I read
I
some.
want to look at the show.
No, I read some stuff. I read before the show stuff came out.
I think you need to look at the show, and you'll get a better understanding of
Colin Kaepernick was for me.
It's a difference.
Colin Kaepernick, what he did was, and it's almost. Let me say this. You see, it's almost like Remember the Titans. You know, when you had the black kids, the white kids. You know, the white kids lived in the upper joint, black kids lived in the lower joint. So what happened is, some of the black kids that lived up there. What happened was, Colin got cool with some of the black kids that lived in the hood. So that's what it was. That made him go down to the hood and be like, okay, cool. All right, this is what it's like. He was not forced to go to the hood.
Right.
He made a conscious
Right.
decision, say, you know what, let me
Right.
go do this that way. That's what Lincoln's saying.
But not only that, at the end of the day, you go back to your privileged life. These kids still
Yeah.
stuck here. So you visiting and hanging out ain't nothing. Because at the end of the day, you're going back to your Bel Air mansion.
You know what it's like? Let me tell you what it's exactly like. Like ATL.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Nunu.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
You
perfect
right.
example.
I
It's
can
Nunu.
understand
It's
that.
like Nunu. But it's nothing wrong with him wanting
But
to learn that side.
now I'm looking at his show different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. It's like
all the
put that-
practice that you showed me,
You put that
really
in the-
won't.
But he got to put that out there because, and now, I think the whole thing with him kneeling and all that shit, it was an accident.
It was.
And then he had to roll with it.
What happened was Kaepernick did. I don't think it was an accident. What Cap did was he was basically Cap state as far as.
But he 1% though, right? That ain't 1%.
You know he black. No, I'm saying he's
Black.
thinking that no Cap was on the downfall.
Mm-hmm.
Far as his career.
Right.
Because if you would have made this statement, he was regressive. If you made this statement on your way to the Super Bowl, oh, it would have been all hands on deck.
Yeah.
I'd have gave him all the respect.
Yeah.
Then you start falling. Before people don't realize it, before he even started doing that,
He was benched.
Yeah.
he was benched, and then he lost his job to Blaine Gabbert.
Right.
But what he stood for, what he stand. The thing about it is when Malcolm Jenkins, who's one of the players of the Players Association, was like, once he started doing like, okay, cool, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna meet with the NFL. Cap did the bull crap. He made it about himself. He was making it about himself. Like, bro, what you're doing is like, the thing about it, where was your town hall meetings and all that stuff? That you trying. The message in the beginning was great, and the message needed to be heard. But again, as far as that situation with Cap, you got to choose your own path. But he's that 1%.
He chose the path. Everybody else followed it. So why didn't they get
No,
punished?
so the people that followed it, they also left. They didn't get punished. Irv Reed was with them. And
No, the Cowboys kneel. Then none of them did nothing.
What, the kneel?
What happened to them?
What you want, kneeling?
Yeah, what happened to them?
No, anybody. You're not getting in trouble for kneeling.
That's part of the plan, though. That's part of Kaepernick's plan.
Well, see,
Nothing ever happened to nobody else but him.
Well, see, they were just going with
No,
supporting.
hold on, wait a minute, time out. Ain't nothing happened to Kaepernick.
You don't think he got blackballed though, for real?
I honestly know, cause Cap when they cut him in San Fran. First of all, like I'm telling you, this is fact, not fiction. He stunk.
Yeah, I know that.
So even when he had a trial with Denver, and he had trials with Denver and Seattle after that, he going in there, but he wanting starter type money.
Right.
Bro, you can't back then. This is back then. He wanted $10 million. Like, bro, what?
What was that joint he did? He
I
called
think
people
the
to
kid
come
worth
there.
it. I
and
think
then
the
show up
kid
or
worth it.
something.
I think he worth it.
You think he worth
I
what?
think he worth
Hey, let's get
well,
back on
everybody
topic.
getting
Let's
right
get back
now.
on
Who?
topic.
Cap?
Yeah,
Colin Kaepernick?
I think he got about the strongest arm out there right now.
No, he ain't accurate.
Hey, we on football.
He
Let's
ain't
go back.
playing.
Let's go back.
Cap
Let's go back.
stink, Mike.
No, he.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's go back.
We got. I'm sorry, y'all got off
No,
topic.
it's good. But no, but far as kids, or do you think it can be? For me, I think it can be identity crisis, because when your kids growing up, can my grandson speak like I speak? Can he say the things that I say? Can he be like, "What's up, my N"? Can he say the N word?
Right, you're right.
Without some backlash or anything, because you know what I'm saying, even though we shouldn't say it, we do, but it causes a problem.
His
So it's gonna
skin,
be it's skin, yes.
his skin tone is going to pretty much answer that question.
And, I mean, speaking from a personal standpoint, I have a son that's albino. So, to me, I don't think he experiences the same thing as my older sons.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, when he walks in the store, because he's different.
Hold on, Link. So, are you talking how did he walk in the store today? I'm talking about, what about when he was little?
Not so much as when he was little, but I'm just talking about speaking from today's time.
Okay.
Okay, so him walking into a store now, he'll be unnoticed
Mm-hmm.
before my other sons, because he's just as white as everybody else. Now, if you look at my son, he's definitely a black man.
Right.
You can see it in his hair and his face and everything, but he's different.
Okay.
He's different. So when they look at him, they're looking like, okay, all right, son, he's different. So they're gonna go back and look
And
at.
for the people that don't know, or that's ignorant, like, he different. I don't know what it is. I just know he different.
Right.
This is pigmentation. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. For ignorant people, be like, I don't, like you said. So that's why you say he's not getting he won't get the look like your other sons will get.
So if we have a conversation about race, he is the one that's actually will say stuff that you be like, what are you talking about? He be like, nah, I mean, just because they said that don't mean they racist. because he don't experience the same.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I feel
so
what
see,
you're
and
saying.
here it is. You got two black parents.
Exactly.
But you know what? Him being albino can be looked at as him being handicapped. He has a handicap.
I mean,
He has
some
a
people,
disability.
some people
So-
might look at it like that.
Right. So his disability is his pigmentation. So they're not going to look at him
I
as
wanted
if
to say that.
as a black person,
I don't-
but
that
he has
disability-
strong black features, meaning his bone structure. You see what I'm saying? His posture, everything else.
How is it a disability though?
Yeah, that's what I
Because he's
can't
different.
roll with that
I
one.
don't know what disability was.
I mean,
His disability would be his pigmentation.
That's not a
But
disability.
that's not a
It-
disability.
it's a visual disability because he's not
See, you
black
didn't
or
say
he's
that
not.
though.
I
You
think-
didn't- you didn't
yeah.
say a visual
Yeah.
disability.
Okay.
You said a disability. But most time when you talking to people, you say disability, you thinking like handicap.
Handicap, right? So
You can't
his
even put that
visual-
together.
That's what I said. A visual disability.
His
I can-
pigmentation,
Uh-huh.
being discolored, can be held as a disability to him.
now I will say this though.
Discolor? A different, say a different color.
I said discolor. My bad.
I will say this though. Most,
No, my bad.
Hold up.
I think
Trevor
so,
said,
yeah.
my son, he says, police brutality and the mistreatment of blacks played a role in my son thinking about what race he wanted to be versus what he really is.
Mhm. I understand that.
That's tough there.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's tough.
I
So,
understand that, Trevor.
yeah, you know, like,
he like, look, hey, I want to be white. They
I mean,
they
I want
killing over
to be
there.
black, but
Yeah, they
I
killing
don't know
over
how
there.
they treat people over there. That's
Right.
just kind
Hey, it comes to this. Sometimes you're gonna have to act accordingly with these police out here. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know, I could be black, but when the man come at me like that, then I got to turn on my
Scoot your
privilege.
chips up, son.
But you know what we do? Like, well, not we. I mean, some females, some people
Mhm.
name their kids certain names because certain names are looked at like more. I don't want to say a white name or a more of a type of name where it's though okay if this name come across your desk as far as like a job opportunity. Okay, I'm going to do Steven or Christopher. Now if something come across as Markel or whatever, it's more of a cultural name like Black. They tend to look at those names different.
We want our kids to name our kids something that can be looked at a job application, like I still got to call this person name.
Right.
Like my son, like Trevor, of course, you see job, but you can't tell if he's white or black.
Right.
With the
Right,
just with
right,
the name.
right.
He got another son. I got my other grandson's name Adonis. So that's kind of like what do you got to look at? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to bring them in.
When they see the name, you don't know what to expect.
Right.
I mean, I get the same thing.
My grandson, my other grandson is Tanner. Oh, that probably
Right.
most likely might be a white kid. Got to
White
bring him
kid,
in.
yeah.
My other grandson named Grayson. Oh, you might got to bring him in.
Hey,
So if you see
Hold up,
something like
my
Maurice,
granddaughter. But see, like my granddaughter, my only granddaughter, Namaje.
right? So
So
that
it's like-
right there is like,
You can tell. And I just like my daughter. She just named. She's had another baby. I can't pronounce the name. I was gonna say it short. It's Nas. That's gonna be the nickname. But it's a long name. But it's like, you know, it's a black name. So we
And
want
that's
to
how those applications get stacked up on the
They
side.
shouldn't.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
they shouldn't, but we know it happens.
Yeah.
So I mean, the police brutality situation is with our kids, and that's the identity crisis gonna come in handy because like my grandson seeing all what's happening to the black people, like, well, I'm black, and his dad is telling him you're black, and you like, y'all keep getting y'all ass whooped. I don't want to be
I
that.
don't want to be black.
Oh yeah, it's not okay to be black. That's how you gonna
So
feel.
like you said, that's why you got to continue them talks so I can see where you at in life. You know what I'm saying? With your mind frame, I want to know what your mind frame.
Because you're gonna run to that cop.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like,
Right.
Oh yeah.
that, nah, you
Oh,
might.
like black pepper.
Yeah.
You gonna have all them
But
kind
that's
of
the thing
like
he
that.
got to deal with growing up. So like my stepson, he's fairly light, but his grandparents are pretty much white. So,
I'm
but
sorry,
it,
I can't let you go with that one. What we talking about, bro? What you mean pretty much white? Are they
They're
white or they're
white.
not? Okay.
they're white. So what I'm saying is like, so say for instance like a job, he's in the seat in the car with his friend. His friend is predominantly black.
Uh-huh.
So he's black. His friend is just predominantly visually black. So he sees a police officer treating him a certain kind of way because he's darker than what he is.
Uh-huh.
You see what I'm saying? So that's also something that those kids got to deal with. So you're gonna treat my friend this way, but
Mhm.
just because of the way I look, I'm getting like, nah, just sit right here.
Right.
But then that's gonna make me feel like, well, damn, why are you treating my friend like that? even though we're the same race. So that even though he's not going to figure it out right then and there, but that plays a part on these kids' mental, man, because you know
The way of the world.
Yeah,
man.
I try to tell my son. Like my son, of course, we know my son's interracial relationship, and like I said, that's it starts from there. Like we talked about it today. It's like a lot of times when we lay down with the person of the opposite sex, we don't think about the repercussions that's gonna happen later on in life.
Right.
And that's what he was like, Pops, I ain't even think I had to have this conversation, or I didn't think about the repercussions going down the line. Like, bruh, this is a situation that you're gonna be looking at for the rest of your life.
Right. Right.
And it's like it's tough because, being in an interracial relationship is already tough as it is. And he experienced it. Like, he told me one time he was driving, got pulled over, and then police came into the car and saw the girl in the car, saw his fiance in the car. And they went to her side and said, "Are you all right?"
You know why they asking that? Did he kidnap you? Did he rape you? It's all kind of crazy questions. Because if she say what they want to hear,
Yeah.
what do you think they gonna do to him?
Oh, they're gonna crank him up. So,
Yeah.
and the thing about it is, in dealing with that situation, like it's hard. Interracial relationships is hard because, we see like you said, my grandson see how police brutality is treating us, and you trying to have that conversation with him and explain like this is how they gonna treat us.
Yeah.
But then you looking at the mother like, wait, man, hold on, lost. Like, so they gonna treat my dad like this,
Mm-hmm.
but they not gonna treat my mom like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, like, what do we do? And I know far in relationship that everybody want to support their man or support their woman, but sometimes it's just, you can't support me.
You're not
You can
gonna
understand
know.
me. You're never gonna know what I feel or what I go through.
All you can do is support.
Like, I don't know the conversation that my son had with his fiance after that night when they got pulled over. 'Cause I think he said she went off on the police too, yada yada yada. But I'm like, it still shouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you would never understand
Right.
how I felt, or you would never experience that situation. Like, bro, that's tough.
That's the thing. You will never experience that.
But you know what? It just seems like sometimes 2022 or 21, this stuff shouldn't even still be going on.
But it is. And
It's not gonna change.
sad to say.
Just like I told Sean today.
Because they training,
200 and-
they training
Has
the young
it
ones
changed?
to come up.
Has it changed in
20,000?
2000? Has it changed in 2022 years?
Nope.
It has not changed.
Nope.
Well, let me say this. It has changed. It has been watered down,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still gonna always be there. You're still gonna
Exists.
always have a
It's
group
gonna-
of people.
It's gonna exist.
It watered down because social media helped us out.
Yeah, but it's
If
gonna
it
continue.
wasn't for social media, it would be still the same.
But it's gonna
Right,
it's gonna
right,
continue
right,
to
right.
it's gonna continue to water itself down.
It just diluted it.
Because if you pay attention to a lot of the white kids that are coming up now, they hip, they understand.
But you got to keep in mind that it's still those racist people out there training racist kids to come up
That's
and take their
facts.
place.
And they doing that too. It's crazy. Even with the Proud Boy thing. Like listen, I done seen shows. They try to hide anything from it. They ought to do is put it on TV. Like they showing that these kids, these white privileged kids, be already having hate towards blacks as it is.
And then, look,
Their own peers.
let me tell y'all black folks something. If you ever heard something about a Proud Boy coming to get you, why would you even be scared of somebody that's coming to get you that's a Proud Boy? Like, really? Like, a Proud Boy coming to beat me up. Okay. Like, you ain't looking for no Muslim man or nothing. You're a Proud Boy. Like, y'all need to go
And they
somewhere and go to
they
sleep.
try to water it down by telling us, a Proud Boy discovered it was a black dude who discovered the Proud Boys, which I don't know. I didn't do research on it. Be it as it may, we know what they stand for.
Yeah.
But the funny part is,
We know what the Proud Boys
Come
stand
on,
for.
the funny part of it is that the leader of the Proud Boys is like Hispanic.
Ain't he like locked up now or something?
I don't know if he's still locked up, but he's Hispanic.
So let me ask
He's
you.
not even white.
Let me ask you this question.
And then you
You
got
know what?
the,
You're
but,
right.
but you got the but the problem is, like with the Klan and all that other stuff and all these racial groups, it's always the white Christian blood.
Yeah.
But then you following the Hispanic.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because
And
They
it's like-
was
they
a
got-
minority.
because
they
they-
was lower than us
Yeah.
at one time.
yeah.
Because they got the same common goal in mind.
Right.
They got
But,
the same common
Right.
goal.
but I'm gonna tell you something else though. This is what's gonna happen. Mark my words. At some point, we was talking about the racism being watered down.
Mhm.
It's gonna switch from us to the Hispanics because the Hispanic numbers are raising.
Yeah.
And at some point,
I ain't gonna let him get away with you. Rising. He meant rising.
hey, I would have found my heights. We on the corner.
It's not just you, Sean.
Hey, no, we on the
corner.
We on the corner.
We on the corner.
But at some point, they're gonna flip the script and they're gonna come after the Hispanics to save their way of life.
But the body is
Well, they already voted Republican.
well, the Hispanics will be over top of us a little bit, but that's gonna father let the Hispanics go. They ain't letting them get no higher. They're probably second on the total because it's gonna be the white people, and then it's gonna be because them Asians, they trust and believe.
Hey,
They
Asians got that bag.
they oh my gosh.
Asians, Jews,
No, it's Jews,
Asians.
Yeah.
and whoever
They
else.
passed that Asian hate bill so fast.
Just like that.
Like
That's the
God,
thing.
Where I
dang.
bill at?
We can't even get a hate bill.
Where I bill at?
Oh, we do have one, but it's not. I
Where's
understand
it
what
at?
you're saying.
What's the title? What it sound like?
They still showing the joint. They even had it on TV shows. The Asian hate joint. Like they
But
started doing
that's-
that.
Oh, I
that's-
mean, the dudes in Georgia they're doing they're going to court now for the federal hate crimes.
So
But that's,
Of Ahmaud Arbery.
you can thank your mayor for that.
I hate to say what I heard. I haven't really.
I mean, your
no.
governor, not your mayor, but your governor.
I haven't
He the
found
one-
out
he the one
100%
put that
if
bill
it's
out
right
there.
or wrong or not, if it's correct. From what I've heard, Black Lives Matters was not started by a black person.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but I think it was.
I heard it. I heard it.
It was I know the two black women that was supposed to be the head of that joint. What was this Black Lives Matter
Yeah.
movement? And they started beating because
Well,
one of
one
them
of
stole the
them,
money.
one of
But it
them
was
on
funded.
jail.
Supposedly it was. I'm saying supposedly it was funded by white people to create
It was.
Black Lives Matter,
Yeah, it
so
was.
we can take it,
Mm-hmm.
push it, and they're going to benefit at the end.
It was funded by white folks.
So the thing is
That's interesting.
how can something be funded by white people?
It's about money.
It's always about money.
Mhm.
So then at the top, who's arguing or getting locked up about money and getting sued by money?
Who's arguing?
Who's arguing?
Sound like from the country, from like where I'm
Yeah,
from.
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's straight country.
So
right?
it's us that's arguing about the money. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So they put it in place. Here, I'm gonna take this, y'all run with this. We're gonna give you all the lower
But where
promotion.
is the money going though? Like really?
That's what I wanna know. To that lady.
Sko said.
Was she about to go to jail?
He gonna say Fufu is getting hired. It's not getting hired over Bianca. That's facts. Let's see. Trump said the next decade or more, the world will be full of mixed kids. It won't be a lot of one. It won't be a lot of one dominant race. What's up, Toya? How you doing? Said it already switched. Sko says they have just passed death. They
By
have just
firing
passed
squad
death
in
by
South
firing squad in
Carolina.
South
I seen
Carolina.
that. I seen
That's
that.
a choice of execution. Proves we still kind of slow in the progress of humanity. Trevor, I understand how you feel, son, about saying the next niggas we mixed kids, but I'm trying to tell you, if you ain't pure white, you are not all right. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
You know what?
That's true.
You know what, Mike? I have seen.
What's this?
No, topic.
I have seen. I have seen more interracial relationships in Virginia alone than anywhere else.
And they can't stand
Anywhere
it.
else.
They-
Well, speaking of that, watch the television. Every commercial now, if you see a black family, it's a white dad. It's interracial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
They
on Tracy,
push
even Tracy Morgan show, Last OG.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany
You,
Haddish, that's
you're
right.
right.
They're pushing it.
You're right. So where? So
we
so
talked about that earlier.
you think this is where it's going now?
So here's
Huh?
the thing. Here's the thing. White, if you're a white racist, white America can do with having black women in it, but they don't want the black man in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They don't want the black man in it. And then if you take the black man out of it, and you'll have a whole complete different race of mixed children.
And that's the thing, you know, a lot of people was thinking that James Evans, John Amos, got kicked off of Good Times because
Because of the race.
of the money. They told me he wasn't on. That wasn't it. They wanted him to start being like a cheating dad on that joint.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they wanted him to be more, and then they wanted to use JJ.
No,
They wanted JJ to be more dynamite and all that.
They
bullshit.
was doing. Well, they was doing too much black. It was too much.
No, it was too positive.
It was too
Even though they
positive.
were broke and struggling, they were a strong family unit. And
And they
even
made it.
But they don't want to show that side.
Yeah,
The black
JJ
man.
was an artist. Michael was smart. Valona was, she was a
I mean,
decent
Thelma.
woman. I mean, Thelma, yeah.
Yeah.
She was a decent woman. You know, she wasn't out in the street.
Florida
you
was
know,
decent. She was always
Lorna
honest.
was
And
like
James,
nose
and,
and
yeah,
neck.
and James just wanted to work all the time. Cause they had a couple of options. Cause James could have left with the preacher man and went, they got paid.
Right.
When they found that money when they found money from the grocery store, they could have got paid.
Right.
Florida.
She stopped
Florida,
everything.
you gotta hold it back a little bit. Florida.
You know what? Florida had the whole,
But
she messed up the whole black community.
but the thing about it is like
Be all right.
with the like I was telling my son though, like with the mixed situation though. I understand what you're saying, and yeah, the world won't be like that. But it's still, if you ain't pure white, it ain't gonna matter. It's not, and they gonna want to keep their hand on our neck because again, they sacrifice one for every I don't know how many years. I told y'all a long time ago, Dirk Chauvin was a sacrifice. He was the sacrificial lamb.
I agree.
So they put him away. So now, trust me, we got him now. But think about it, we heard a lot about him, the appeal and all that kind of stuff, yada yada yada. But now you ain't heard nothing about him lately. They got him. They gonna ship him back away, way back in the back somewhere for a little while. They gonna come back and get him. He be out, but he not gonna do his full time. And the thing with our kids is we gotta just continue to talk to them and give them the information. We do. A lot of times as parents, we don't give our kids the information that they need to have.
Yep. Yeah. We give them a little bit
We give
of
them,
it.
yeah.
We got to tell them everything.
We gotta let them know the whole situation, man. Because again, for my grandson to be like seeing how the police brutality do the blacks and then do whites, and he got to figure out what side he on. Like really, that don't make sense to me.
Do y'all really understand why there's so much racism?
I honestly don't. I really don't understand it.
All right, so let's just take a look at this for a second. Black people will never be respected until we become an economic force, not as consumers, but as
Owners.
yeah, as owners.
Mm.
Until we start to own, then we're gonna always be what we are now. We're consumers now, and we're the highest consumers of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So let me give an example. White people look at things different than what we do. Remember Black Panther came out?
Mm-hmm.
One movie, Black Panther. Everybody was excited. How much money did it do in the box office around the world?
Probably, I would say at least $1 billion.
It did over $1 billion. White people weren't going to see that movie.
Our dollars carry weight. I ain't deny that.
But that's what I'm saying. But if we took, okay, so you take a movie like Black Panther, right? And the majority of the people who went to go see it were black.
Mm-hmm.
And you have, of course, you're going to have some white people that want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have some Hispanics and people
You got
around the
those white
world. But
Minority.
the majority of that money came from minorities.
Right.
So imagine if we could come
So out of
together.
$1 billion, I would say probably what, 65, 70% came from minorities.
Right.
Okay.
Imagine if you could take that money and turn it into something. And you turn it into something and you make something. And now we're saying,
And
okay.
it's so funny that you brought that up though. That Black Panther was one because how much money it made, how much notoriety it got. But yet the director couldn't go into the
Bank of America
and get $12,000 out of his account
Because of what he looked like.
because of what he
Did
looked
he
like.
get locked up or something?
Yeah.
He got detained.
He got arrested.
He got detained. He got
Well,
detained. He wasn't
But
arrested.
that's crazy though. That this shows how powerful that movie was. But still, the director of that movie got detained on some dumb.
When they found it out after the fact.
It shouldn't be after the fact. First of all, I don't care. It shouldn't be found. It shouldn't be done. If I'm coming into the bank and I want $12,000 in cash and I don't want no, can you please count it somewhere else?
It's different if he was Tyler Perry.
Let me tell
If
you.
Tyler Perry went to the bank and
What
they
if it
did
was
this.
you, Sean?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is his name does not carry a lot of weight.
It shouldn't have to carry a name.
It
shouldn't
shouldn't matter.
carry.
It shouldn't even matter.
What I'm saying, it shouldn't matter. Everything that happened to him should not have happened.
You think that
He
was a
gave-
black teller that called on that black
No.
man?
It might have been.
It was.
That's what I'm going.
What I'm
That's
saying
where
is-
No, it was.
that's where I'm going.
It was,
He had-
she was a black tailor.
He had
yeah,
all-
that's what I'm going.
He had all the credentials. He gave him his ID, his pass going on.
If you look at my account and see I got $12,000 in it, give me my money.
Right.
But first of all,
Don't count it right here, count it over there. I don't need everybody knowing my business.
you know what?
That's the thing.
The thing that's wrong with black people, I'm gonna tell all y'all black folk what's wrong with y'all.
And look, everything
Y'all
he
don't
says.
do nothing but tear each other down.
Facts.
Look, that's all y'all do. you don't support it, even if you support somebody, you got something to say about it. And something, it's just something all the time.
That's
with y'all.
facts.
Mm-hmm.
Preach. Sko said Dwayne Johnson chooses to identify with both sides of his race and culture and represents both very well, in my opinion. All his choice, I'm sure. What do y'all consider him to be? Samoan or black? He black. Sko also said, what about black history being phased out of school curriculum these days? It's not considered American history, but American history is the most depressing shit for our people to learn about. So imagine the confusion of mixed kids learning about how their black country was treated by this country. But again, that right there, it don't matter to me if they take it out of the school system. Because at the end of the day, you got to educate your kid. We talk about this today.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Mike because the way that they were teaching it was garbage anyway.
Right.
And then for us to say, oh, okay, well, this is Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're going to teach Black History all year.
Because to be honest, I wasn't even born in Black History Month. So I was born in August. So since I was born in August, I can't be part of Black History. We all was born in, we was all, when's your birthday?
May.
Your birthday when?
November.
Your birthday when?
August.
Bruh, what I'm saying, well, my point is, like, you can't condense us into 1 month.
But what they do,
You can't condense us into 1
they
month.
try
Now
to-
when you
they
use
try
our
to-
culture for
That's when
everything.
you're using my culture.
They try
That's
to
my
teach
point.
it hard for 1 month and then boom.
Right, but then taking them out. I don't have a problem with that. Take the Black history out, because we got history every day of the year. My problem with the school curriculum system is stop taking out courses like life skills.
Shit.
That's all they should do.
In my life today, it's 2 teachers that had the most influence on me today that I still use to this very day.
Driver's ed.
That's my driver's ed teacher and my life skills teacher, because I need to learn how to balance the checkbook, spend money, yada yada yada. Put them schools back in there.
Look,
Put that class back in there.
And look, y'all need to have a class on how to keep your credit straight.
That's life skills.
No,
I
they
mean,
got-
I
they got
know,
that now.
but
They got
you
They
sure?
do?
They got it.
What
They
is
got
where?
it.
They
They
got
got
it
it
now.
now.
Where?
It's
Yeah,
in
in
high
Charles
school.
County, they got it.
Yeah.
Oh, in
Yeah.
Charles County, yeah, but they don't got it like in Southeast and that kind of stuff. Yeah, so Mike, right? You got that.
I mean, that's number one. They don't
I
tell you about that.
didn't get told about my credit.
We didn't have it in school,
Uh-huh.
I know I did have. I'm
We
52
did.
years old.
but now they got it. But yeah.
All I learned how to do was build stuff.
That's all I did. All that. Hey, listen.
But see, they took
I had
vocation
to go to the J. Reed. I had to go to J. Reed School of Credit to get my shit straight.
But y'all, let's go back to what I was saying to you earlier. If we take our money and we do something other than build up Ciroc, Ace of Spades, and all. See, when it comes to certain things, black folks will support.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy is a
Oh,
millionaire
I'm glad you
and
said
close to
that.
a billionaire
I'm glad
off
you
for some
said that.
damn vodka.
I'm glad you said
Why
that.
the vodka? Why we can't have a why like everybody flocks to Wegmans? Oh, Wegmans is why we can't?
It's a
why-
name, it's a brand.
But why can't we have a black grocery store that has that?
Because we want to tear each other down. I don't want to see you prosper. You don't want to see me prosper. It's all about support. Some people only want your support when they doing stuff. They ain't gonna come and support you when you doing stuff.
You know what?
No, because I want y'all to know I got some money and I can shop it with.
Yeah, all that.
But
bad
not knowing the
road.
whole time I'm hurting Aunt Sarah's supermarket over here. That's what they started in the 60s. When people had these mom and pop stores and these restaurants, Aunt Sarah's, Uncle Joe's barbecue, when you start getting some money and they start letting the black people and white people congregate with each other, I can go to what's it called now? Man, I got me some money, I'm going over there. Not knowing, because I want y'all to know that I can afford this, but not knowing that I'm hurting them.
Like Link said, it's about support. It's who's supporting who.
Yes, and we don't support each other.
Well, see, we don't because we always want discounts.
That's why.
No, it ain't it. I mean,
No, that's true. That's
it's true to a certain extent.
We
But
do.
the problem
we do want
is
discounts like
the
We do.
problem is though is that we do, and here's another side of it. We do get stuff and we don't take care of it.
Right.
So if I go to Wegmans, I'm gonna get the store's gonna be clean, the fruit's gonna be fresh, blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
But if I go to the Giant around the corner, and
Yeah.
I'm getting second rate stuff, I'm getting
Right.
bad customer service and everything
Right.
else, it's a problem.
It's just like McDonald's. They up there working, don't even want to give you 2 packs of ketchup.
Right.
I mean, come on,
Why
man.
don't that damn ketchup? It's not yours.
Right.
Becky said straight facts. Mike Gill about what you said. Trevor said I'll teach my son black history because how they taught it was ways to make blacks look weak. Yolanda said I went to DC public schools and learned my history all year. Kim says LA Kim West says yes. Life skills are a must. Go say bring back home economics and shop. Yolanda say financial literacy. Kim said they do teach finance classes in charter schools and private schools now. Trevor said y'all brought us over here, whipped us for 400 years, forced their religion on us, and they have forced intimidation on us in so many different ways.
But you know, part of the problem is, if you look at any other race in this country, right? Whites, blacks, Hispanics, Asians, we the only ones that had to start at the bottom. And not only did we start at the bottom, but the whole time we had somebody foot on our neck.
I think the Mexicans had to start.
Hold on.
Spanish had started.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's take it all the way back. We invented a whole lot of stuff. They took it away from us.
Yeah, that's fact. That's facts. Yeah.
We didn't have
I
the
take credit
finance
for
to
it.
go out there and put it in the forefront.
But we get mad at the Africans and the Spanish people coming over here, getting 7-Elevens, gas stations, because they're doing it the way they're doing it. But then when we're faced with doing it that way,
Well, they know that, they make it hard for us over here. But if we go over there, it's possible we probably do the same thing over there.
Thank you.
But what I was saying is,
But I don't want to leave my country, because I love my country.
This is a free country, man. It's a free world.
I love my country with all the flaws they have. Ain't nowhere else better to live.
but can you imagine how a racist white person feels when they've worked all their life, and they've done everything they can to be nasty and hatred towards blacks, and then a black family moves into them, and then moves in next door to them, or has the same job as them, or the same credentials as them? That's a slap in the face. That goes to show you how weak they really are. Because the whole time we started as slaves and had somebody on. As you grow up, as you get older, you know, you have somebody's foot on your neck the whole time. If you go to if your credit's messed up, oh no, we ain't gonna let you fix your credit, or we ain't gonna let you do this. We're not gonna give you this loan for this, and you still overcome that, and I still move next door to you.
Yeah.
Who's weak?
You know what?
Who is weak? You're
right.
weak.
You're right.
Because I've overcome all your obstacles, and I'm still here.
Right.
I'm still living next door to you.
You're right. And where I bought my house at, them people said, I called them a lot of things, but them people, they said, I didn't know a lot of black people were gonna be living out here.
Oh my neighbors, they weren't happy when we moved in at all.
Ain't that crazy though?
But it's crazy. I've experienced the fact that even when I bought my cars or something, whatever, like when I go in and then you check my stuff, and it's coming back. Oh, Mr. Reed. Oh, Mr. Reed, man. When the whole time I'm looking at trying to get this or get that, they like, oh, let's see what we can do for you. We're gonna see what we got. Let's see what you can do. Let's see this. Let's see that. Let's see that.
You were Mike.
So that I wasn't nobody. Let me see what we can do for you. Let me see what we got. Let me see if we can do this. Let me see this. Let me see that. All right, we gonna see. Let me see. Then you go run my stuff and come back. Oh, Mr. Reed.
Now you on the total.
Oh, now I'm Mr. Reed. This minute ago, let me see this. Let me see that.
Yeah.
So our problem, we don't, and another thing we don't stick together long enough to do anything. We want to see everybody. We don't want to see everybody. We want to see everybody succeed, but we don't want to help everybody succeed.
Right.
So what happens is $1 million right here. They say I'm gonna give it to one of y'all. Everybody be like, let me be the one. Let me be the one. Let me be the one.
Not just that.
Let me be the one, and I'm gonna come back and get y'all.
Not
Instead of
just
saying,
that.
nah, I'm gonna take the $1 million and move forward, and then not come back and say, look, hey, I got the $1 million, so this is what we're gonna do now, y'all. I'm gonna take the $1 million. Most black people take the $1 million, but like, I'll be back.
And never come
And they
back.
gone.
And you gone.
You know what I'm saying? I thought you were my man.
I thought we supposed to do this. Yeah. I thought we supposed to do this together. You know.
The Spanish and the Africans got it down pat.
Yeah.
They sit there in
They
a
do it
house.
together.
They do in a house full of 20 people.
But
One common goal.
But that's a thing where they don't have as much pride and ego.
Hold on, Scott said bring back black family reunions and good home cooking. Mixed kids, please learn from the black side on how to burn. That's fact. That's true. Family, we don't have them a lot, but yeah, go ahead, Lane.
So the Hispanics and the Africans, they'll work or they'll live off of each other. But it's something about us that
Bruh.
we don't want our cousins or our aunt or whoever's struggling.
How long you gonna be here? Like, you got to plan.
Yeah. You know, it's like, okay, I want them living in my house. I done made it. They can make it. So we don't have the same structure.
I deliver water to these people, man, to these Africans and Indians. It'd be freaking 10 of them in a house together with no problem, laughing and hee-hawing together like it ain't no problem.
Because they're raised that way. We're not
Us
raised.
be like, well, you gotta stay here. How long you gonna be? You gotta have a plan because you can't be staying here all the rest of your life.
Another thing too is black folks are quick to put their children out before they're set up.
Oh yeah.
Before their children are set
Mm-hmm.
in life.
I can agree
or
with that to a
stable.
point.
We quick to put them out. 18 years, oh, you don't get out.
I can understand that, but you got to still understand that if your kid is sitting there trying to leech off you forever.
Oh
too,
no, you got
it's a difference now.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
You know, I heard
You gotta have that conversation with him, like,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
Like, if you keep coming downstairs and seeing my son laying on the couch all goddamn morning, like, hey, I'm
You
going
know,
to work every
Who
day.
want to see that?
I'm going to work every day. I come home from work, you still laying on the couch, like, oh.
You ain't trying to do
Drink
nothing. You eat all the
all
food in the house. Every time I'm in the refrigerator, you in the refrigerator.
All the home mode.
But
You got to draw a line.
it goes on in white families too. Here's the difference. Black women get on social media and say, my child, he need to find a damn job. 'cause I'm tired of it."
yeah.
I work with all white folks. They complain about the same shit we
That we
complain
do.
about, but you don't hear it.
Because they ain't putting it on social
They're not gonna put it on
media.
social media, or they're not gonna broadcast it outside of their circle.
That's facts. That's true.
It's the same thing that goes on.
I feel you on that.
But
Their
we
kids.
just got black people. We gotta be seen. We gotta be flashy.
Not just seen, we got to be heard too.
We gotta be seen
Gotta
and
be
heard.
heard.
We gotta be flashy with it. We gotta be.
You gotta let them know, hey.
We gotta be the shiniest diamond in the box.
And not knowing that all the diamonds shine the same. We just can't get it. We just can't get it, bro.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying, like, come on, man. We all can shine, man.
We all
Like,
gonna get the same
it's
thing
not
at the
hard.
end.
But for the mixed kids, though, I'm with you, Sco. That's a good idea too, Sco. But it's kind of hard with the COVID. But yeah, black families need to have reunions and stuff like that, and get your kids to understand, your mixed kids to know that they're black side. We as parents, we got to teach them kids that. We have to teach our kids everything that they need to learn. We can't just be learn everything from school. Learn from school. Like, nah, we got to teach these kids the black history. We got to teach them how important we are in black history. We got to teach them how smart we are in black history. Everything that we invented as much as you can. Like, nah, this is what we did.
And to piggyback off that, my man Bernard said that a lot of people don't know black history came up. Black person came up with the idea of black history. Black history.
And I think that was stupid.
I ain't gonna say it was stupid. Probably at the time when he came up with
It
it,
was a
it
good
was
idea.
nothing.
Right.
So okay, all right, let's start with a month.
And you know what they probably said? You're right. You know what? So I'll take it back. You're right.
Let's
and they
start
let me
with
know
the
we're
month.
gonna start with the shortest one of that. We don't want y'all to get too much. Y'all don't want y'all too acclimated
But
to the
shit,
joint.
he had to start with the coldest damn about a year either.
I mean, that's the only money. I only got 28 days.
Y'all, do y'all know
You're
how
right about
much
that.
history that doesn't get told? All right, let me give you an example. Remember when we was young, they used to say George Washington has wooden teeth.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? George Washington didn't have wooden teeth. George Washington had the teeth of slaves. They would take the slaves and pull
Right.
their teeth out
Yeah.
and then make
Yeah.
dentures for them.
Right.
What kind of nasty ass? I mean, come on.
That's what they did back then.
But that's where that concept came from. Or the fact that they never tell you how many slave ships they lost from
Right.
revolts.
There's that fort that was trying to fight.
You on a slave ship, you maybe had at maybe 10 people to a crew.
Mm-hmm.
You let them I ain't even gonna call them slaves. You let them black folks out.
Right.
Big strong Africans who've
Right.
been out working and mining and doing field work and all that
Mhm.
other stuff. You let them out on that deck. You think they can't take 10?
Right.
You think they can't take 10 white men? They lost so many slave ships back then, but they're not gonna teach you that in history.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's so much to our history that we don't even talk about.
Yeah, because see, they was already mad about our swag. We
Right.
could dance. We healthy, big. You know.
So
But see,
that's
they want to
the
always
perfect-
look
the
like
perfect
as the
movie.
superior.
the perfect movie was Get Out.
yeah.
That's the perfect movie.
You're right. You're
Let's
right.
get this movie,
I
Get
agree
Out.
with that. I agree
They
with that.
wanted to buy our eyes. They wanted
Mhm.
to buy stuff that was in our body. See, they want everything that we have or that we got. They just don't want this right here.
Bone marrow.
They
No,
just
they don't want
this
the. They
complexion.
don't want the pigment.
They don't want this complexion. See, they look at it. See, my skin ain't gonna never be my sin. I would never let it be my sin.
Our culture, as black folks, is what runs this world.
Yeah.
If you think about all the billion-dollar industries, it comes from our culture. Hair care. Just look at, we talked about the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Every time it's a commercial, what they play?
What size drink?
And the music. When they play in any sport
Yeah,
event
oh,
you
yeah.
go to, what music do they play?
But they playing black music.
They playing hip hop.
Yeah.
They not playing Bon Jovi.
They gotta play.
Trevor said
hit
Bill Clinton
today.
played a role in the division of black families. It ain't only Bill Clinton. Bill
Because of
Clinton was the only
the
one.
three strike,
Oh shit, Ronald Reagan.
Skoll said burn down Black Wall Street and hating on us learning how to support each other.
Mhm.
They don't want us to rise up and be our own community.
You know what?
They need US to need them as far as social status. Kim said I teach black history every day to my kids. That's good.
Don't
Good
y'all
job.
think
Good
Black
job.
Wall Street should come back?
They was trying to. They trying
That's what I'm saying. The division of black families became the division of black families became us. We were the black family that divided
Right.
ourselves. We made
Right.
choices. And I know sometimes people gonna say, well, we have our backs against the wall. We didn't have a choice. Yes, you did. You had a choice.
Well,
always
segregation
got a
messed
choice.
us up.
Yes.
When we started mingling and everything with
When you start getting money and then want to
Yeah.
go to Aunt Sarah's restaurant and wanted to go,
Start supporting.
you wanted to go over there
That's support.
because you have money.
That's support.
That's what happened. Oh, y'all, we can go ahead and mingle with the whites now. Oh, so I'm gonna show them how we do it then. I ain't the only one with no money. But the whole time, that like you said, when the segregation, that's what really helped the division of black men. Because a lot of times, your wife was at home when you was out there as a man, trying to show your money off. Like, hey, I can go eat with these white folks too. They ain't got nothing on me. So the division came.
just like when I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
go ahead.
off, but just like when all your older black singers, you go back to James Brown and all the ones before them,
Mhm.
they weren't even getting money. As record deals, they was getting cars.
That's
Right.
it. That's all.
Right.
Look at, Five Heartbeats, Big Red, so
They weren't even there.
They wasn't even
At the
getting
end
no
of
money.
the day, it wasn't their cause.
They was giving cars. Oh,
So-
I made it. I'm successful because I got a Cadillac.
So
You know
let
what
me-
I'm saying?
That's
So let
because
me-
we weren't reading the contract.
So that's good that you said that. And it leads into, before we close out with some current events. One of the current events you're talking about is like the singers. I don't know if y'all heard the Mace song.
Yeah, I heard it.
I did not hear it. Yet.
Mace went in on Diddy. Mace went in on Diddy.
And I love it.
And it was remarkable. It was crazy all the stuff he said, man. I can let you after the joint, but
Told the truth.
he just told the truth about how record label, like Diddy, you just did Diddy.
Yeah.
You just how wrong you did people, and he was like, you know, when you was only good at marketing death. Like 'cause when he said, and then when Biggie died, you called me,
Mm-hmm.
and then after it was me, it wasn't nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to be teaching people how to come up, but all you was doing teaching it was treachery. So that's crazy.
He got that man master.
That's what I don't get. Like, yeah, but
I think he's trying to get his masters now, and I think that's what pretty much sparked
He ain't
everything.
gonna give it to him.
Who owns
Mace.
Biggie's Masters?
No,
Hmm?
Mace is trying to get his masters.
no, Diddy owned Biggie Masters. I think Diddy still own that.
And so Mace even said within the song, reach out to his Biggie mother.
That's what somebody said. They want our rhythm, but not our blues.
Right.
Reach out to Biggie's mother and let her know how much she really worth.
Yeah, he said you doing all that. Yeah, you supposed you giving back whatever, giving what she really worth.
But them labels dirty, man. Them labels dirty.
But you have to read your contract.
I mean, we learned that from Death Row. Suge Knight.
Shit, TLC.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, everybody got shit. Look at New Edition. When they made all that toured and all they got was VCRs and like $300.
Exactly.
That was terrible.
And Diddy did people wrong, and everybody says that though. It's just a well-known fact. But you own your own people though. Your own people. We had another joint talk. Shaw was the other.
The Bro Code.
The Bro Code. So we were talking about this the other night. The Bro Code, or it was the Bro Code and the Woman Code, right?
Yeah, it was both of them. Which one is hold up.
So the Bro Code was, how far does the Bro Code go? How far does it go? Meaning, is it limitations to it?
It says what are the limitations, things you can do and can't do.
It's Bro Code and Woman Code, right?
Yeah, girl code.
So Bro Code, what are the limitations you can't do, you can't do? Of course, you know, Bro Code, you can't go at can't go with the next man's wife or girlfriend. If you see her out there, you know, doing what she do or doing something she ain't got to, do you tell?
That's rough.
Hold on. What you mean that's rough?
That's rough.
So you see your bro code, you see your girl out there, you see your man, girl, or wife out there at a restaurant or something having dinner with another dude.
You gotta tell him.
I know what I'm saying, but
I'm
that's
talking.
rough because now you're.
I'm talking.
Man,
But now you're in the
I
middle.
can't let my homeboy go out.
Now I'm just saying, it's just a rough situation.
No, you're only in the middle if he puts you in the middle.
I mean, some people don't react right.
Or he can say,
Some people don't react right.
or he can say, I
You
got
understand what I'm
some.
saying, though?
They was said.
Or he
Like,
said,
Lick
"I
say,
got
like,
information."
hey, they be like, hey, Sean, you know, I see your wife at Olive Garden with so and so. Man, you didn't see my wife? Nah, I just seen her. She was at Olive Garden. Man, you don't know what the hell you talking about. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute.
I'm
Hey,
taking pictures.
where you at? I'm out with my girlfriend. Man, I know you. You don't know what you talking about, bro.
And then now we got a problem.
But the thing is, what if you went? If your homeboy,
Travis say, I'm telling.
if your, me too. I'm there. So look, let's say you went to where she was at with the dude, and you called her outside and you asked her where you at, and she said, I'm somewhere else, or I'm with my girls. You looking right at her.
Alright, now let me tell you this. I'm an asshole. So if I see your wife, I see somebody that you dealing with and she out, I might sit at the table like, what's up? Hey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak.
I might check her for you.
But see,
you know
you
what I'm
make
saying?
you
Now,
make
I
it,
feel
you
you on
make her
that.
know
I feel
that I know what's going on. So while she's sitting there thinking like, well, dang, this brother done seen me.
You need to handle this before you go home.
Right.
When you get home, you need to handle that.
So
Travis
I'm with
said,
you on that.
Travis said, I'm taking pictures.
Yep.
Scope said, yep, I'm telling. Can't have my man looking sloppy in these streets. Travis said, baby mama should be off limits. Scope said, take a picture and send it. That'll shut down doubt.
I'm sitting right at the table.
I mean, when you talk
right
about
up to the table.
when you talk about bro code and girl code, you gotta figure out, throw an example out there to say the difference between the two, like a situation, because females will deal with a lot of things differently than what men will, and we already
That's
know
true.
that. So the question's always thrown in the air: who cheats better, men or women? And hands down, you shaking your head. Who do you think?
We can get into Cheetahs on
Let me
the
tell
day.
you, let me-
We say we
Hold up.
I gotta say this. Though,
Hold up.
because this been coming up.
Hold
lately.
up.
This
Hold up. Yeah.
This has been coming up lately, and I'm gonna say it like this: it's not who cheats better. The problem is men get caught more because women are so too emotional. So let me give an example. You're dealing with a chick, right? And in the beginning, she might be fine, and she ain't gonna blow your spot up, nothing, right? But after a while, now she can get in her feelings. See, she get in her feelings. Oh, well, I want to be number one. I want this. I want that, and she gonna blow your spot up. So you either gonna try to cater to what she want and then end up becoming sloppy, or you're gonna cut her off and you're gonna be okay. Now, flip that. A woman could be messing with a man and he gonna keep her in check. She gonna keep him in check. You know why? And this is the stupid part. Women will mess with a man, right? This man will go home, he got 3 more. She thinks she doing something because she at home. He ain't trying to be number one. He getting everything he need from you. You giving him everything he want. He ain't trying to be number one. He ain't trying to blow up your spot.
That's what I was going to say.
Man, women don't
Men
cheat
ain't
better
trying to
than men. Men ain't trying to be number one. We ain't trying to.
I had a meme. I think I posted a meme in the group that said that men ain't trying to be number one.
No, not at all. Not at all. You
That's
think
right.
y'all out there doing something? Soon as you leave and go home to your husband, he going to another chick. Bottom line. Bottom line. If you want him, 3 other women want him. Bottom line.
So we just went around the bell.
So, Kim was like, Scope said, hey, Link, hey, be quiet, Link, shut up. Kim gonna say, wow.
Hey, so you already rattling me out this week, dog.
So who cheats better, men or women?
No, it's not who cheats better.
What I don't understand is how we go from the bro code to cheating.
Because that's the bro code.
No.
Because the fact of the matter
We
is.
were talking about if you
No, why?
But we didn't elaborate more on the code.
Because I'm going to tell you why. So the bro code is, you go out, you see Sean, and the reason I just said because Sean is my perfect like Link, you see Link out with a girl, and it's not his wife. You can call his wife and tell.
Right.
That's the bro code. That's the
Gotcha.
girl code.
The girl code is the same.
The girl code is the same. The girl will see her friend out with another
She
baby.
ain't gonna call me, but she gonna let her friend know, girl, I saw you.
Yeah. Oh, that's what she gonna do.
Yeah.
Girl, you know I seen you at such and such and
Exactly.
such.
But when she tell her that, her head fucked up because, well, excuse me, because her head messed up because, well, who else seen me then? You know what I'm saying? If she saw you, then
That's possible.
you don't know who in there know me.
And the guys do the same thing. We may not do it right then and there, but we might hit you the next day. Hey,
Well, I'm telling you, I'm gonna call y'all. I'm gonna call y'all and tell y'all, look, man, I'm telling y'all, I'm about to have
And
to
the
fool
funny
in
part
here.
is, the funny part
I'm
is,
going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't, this can't be happening.
now check this out. Men cheat.
Skull said the bro code is to have your man back no matter what.
So I can't go sit at the table, Scope? I can't get on the same one like, hey, what's
no,
up with y'all?
you can do that.
Look, I understand that, but if you sitting there and look, intimate, romantic, I'm talking.
You sitting all the way in the back.
If you
of
at the
cut.
bar, having drinks and people sitting beside you, I can understand that. But
But no.
you can be doing.
But in that sense, Mike, you gotta go up and be seen though.
Oh, I'm talking.
Hey, what's going on with you? No, you ain't gotta do that part. But that's good too, though. I'll take that though.
I'm
But I go up and be like, hey, what's going on, man? What's up? What y'all drinking? Oh, okay, cool.
What's up, man? What's your name?
Right. I might want to say, hey, okay, I'll let y'all, man. Okay, I'm about to be some guys over here.
Because at that point,
now she like,
she already know what's going to happen on
Right.
the flip side.
Sean even pet that black, hey, where's Scope at?
Uh,
Where's Scope? He ain't come out tonight?
right. When Mike ain't come on tonight.
Hey.
Hello, Mike, where you at? You over at Chili's, Mike. I ain't know which car was up here at Chili's.
We all
I just
up-
seen her.
We.
You say, wait, right? We all at Chili's. Come on up through.
What's your name? Oh, yeah, he up here too.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be amazing the response that you get. You know what I'm
you
saying?
don't get no response.
Kimball say just be single. Trevor say, so is it bros before hoes? Because I'll stop messing with the dude before I mess with my girl. Becky said, I have to disagree with that. Man, men, especially these days, are trying to be the number one. Men get caught because they allow their egos to get in the way because they believe they done enough to keep their sidekick quiet.
Becky.
There are plenty of side dudes that want to be the number one spot and can be just as messy as the same woman.
You can't keep no side chick quiet.
Becky.
The side dude, if you got a side dude that's trying to be number one,
He trying to have
side
somewhere
dude.
to live. That's what that is. At the end of the day,
Right about
day,
that.
a man, and we talking men, we talking a man that can take care of himself is not trying to be number one if he got something on the side. Period. Point blank. Now, some of these dudes that's out here that's been raised by women and trying to, I don't got all the men skills that they should have, then yeah, they might be messy. I don't understand that generation, but yeah, it seems like that younger generation is messy.
Oh,
But you know what? A lot of women think like they got all these side pieces and stuff. They don't understand that who the man or the woman they got side people. They done told somebody,
true.
and trust me, they done told somebody.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time before all get back to you.
6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, especially in
It's
DC.
6 degrees of separation.
Especially right here.
It's 6
But you know
degrees.
what's funny, right? So women will cheat or have a side piece because of something that they not getting at home.
Or
Right.
or somebody could have told them a lie.
No, but hold on, check this out. And it's
They could
kind
say you
of
was cheated.
it's kind
Yeah,
of the
you
same
did.
thing. It's kind of the same thing for men. People go outside of the relationships because it's something they not getting at home, right? But women are more emotional with it, right? Well, I don't know because my husband don't do this and my husband don't do that and he don't help me with the kids and he don't help me with this and he don't help me with that, right? They gonna get a side nigga. Now you adding complication to your life because you was already bitching about everything you had to do. Now you got to sneak and hide too, and that nigga ain't help you with not one thing either.
Right, he ain't help your problem.
Okay, and then I
That
can
nigga,
I can
the side nigga
understand that.
still ain't helping you wash clothes. He still ain't helping you do the kids'
Right,
man.
right,
He ain't
right,
helping
right,
you do
right.
shit. And then what happened is, at the end of the day, If you get caught, then what?
Yeah.
You ain't got
You done
nothing.
lost everything.
You done lost everything.
Go say thing as though women would tell their man's business to their girlfriends because they emotionally, but men ego might keep from telling our baby business, our lady's business. Example, lost her job when she not getting moist enough. Women tell their girlfriends,
Wow.
man, this ninja done lost his job, can't keep the D up, and had the time, savage. Bagel say again, false, but I'm gonna let y'all have it. The men I'm referring to are established and definitely not looking for a place to stay.
I got
Trevor
a
gonna say
question.
dudes can be emotional too, though.
I got a question.
Man, you got some
I
dudes
got,
that can
I
act
got
like
a
females
question.
too.
Some women don't even cry hard after they get cheated on, but as soon as we find out our woman done cheated on us, we cry like a baby. I wonder why is that? Are we that much emotional than women?
Yes, because we had this conversation many times before. And I was wrong. I was wrong to feel and think this way until it was brought to my attention. But my first initial thought of this was, it's the visual.
Mm-hmm. Always.
It's always the visual. Like, not to be disrespectful, and I'm saying and I'm not being funny by saying with all the respect, but I'm really doing always. When your woman gives you fellatio, or when you hitting her from the back and she look at you a certain way, or you give her, you want to talk with the ladies on the show, she looking at you that way. What happens is if she goes out and steps out on you, that's all you see.
Mm-hmm.
You see her looking back at you. You see her like, oh man, is she doing the same thing or making the same noise or having the same feeling she had when this other dude is up in her.
Right.
Yeah.
I think too though.
And I've realized that is wrong because women feel the same. Women feel the same way.
But
that
they just don't voice it.
Yeah, they just don't voice it.
Not only that though, but then you got a thing where men will go through a situation where now its size plays a point.
What?
They say, yeah.
Not to go off of the topic what you talking about. That's one of the main reasons why Kanye West is tripping out the way he is, because he found out that Pete Davidson got like a little baby. They call little baby arm. They say he got baby arm. So it's like, you know.
No, but it comes in.
They say all this is because he found out that Pete Davidson is pretty much probably black.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Slim. That's hilarious.
I think it digs into a man's ego.
Yeah.
It hurts a man's ego, and then that's where the problem comes in. Because like I said, it becomes a point where people are starting to worry about, oh, but did he do this, or did you do that, and was he this, and was he that? It starts to tear a man's ego apart.
You know what? Indecent proposal. Let's talk about it, Mike.
No.
So
not.
No. So the thing about that situation was the fact that she kicked it off, even though it was presented to both of them. They slept on it. I think we might. So she kicking it like, all right, well, let's do this. She wanted to do it for him. She chose to do that for him. So the thing is he was with it right then and there. He was with the shits. But then, once everything really, it's a difference between assuming and 100% knowing, factual, what really happens. And I'm going to go into that in a few seconds, but here it is. He was assuming, okay, we can go ahead and do this, get his money, blah, blah, blah. She said, we are not to talk about this after it happens. Okay, but what did he do after the fact? He kept asking questions. Was he this? Was he that? Men, what do we make? Visual. What tears us down is the visual aspect. Like, okay, we can see this person doing this and that. That's what killed him. Because he wanted to know what was really going on. He wanted to know, how did he make you feel? Did he make you feel better than me? It's not the fact that we got this cool million and I'm going to shut up. But inside, it was killing him. You know, I need to know if this dude, what is it about this guy? So men being visual, you can mess it up for yourself the whole time.
Yeah. And in that movie, he did mess it up for himself.
Right.
Yeah, he did.
Because he pushed it back to him.
Right.
Hey, that's crazy. Hey, great show, great topics. Hey, it's visual.
Trevor
Anyway,
said we need a live audience.
huh?
Trevor said we need a live audience.
Hey, we can work on that soon too, though. Hey, it was a great show tonight, man. Hey, make sure y'all tune in to us next Sunday, man. 6 o'clock, man. We will have some more topics again. Thank you, son, for that topic you gave us. And if y'all got more topics, y'all can send them in. Go to Mike's Corner page or Mike's Corner group, Instagram, Mike's Corner. Have y'all want to do it. And again, make sure that y'all tell y'all friends that don't have social media. They can find us on YouTube under Mike's Corner or DJ Mike L. And go down and revisit the show and look at the show as well. And like I said, we getting up on Apple Podcasts soon as well. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in, man. Appreciate it for y'all hanging out in the corner on this Sunday evening. Hey, we appreciate y'all so much for my main man, DJ Mike L, my main man Link, my main man Sean. We don't want to say Diddy the City because y'all already know Diddy the City been messing people money up.
Cruddy, right?
Yeah, he been real cruddy. Man, I Mike Reed, man. We talk to y'all next week, man. We out.
All right.